Hello, hello, hello. Well, let's see here. There's a few things to do. Yes, we're early today. As I announced a couple times earlier today, we are early today. Uh, let's send Elsie and Shadowhawk their links. And Texas Dave. Uh, so there we go. We don't need that. Let's see. Everybody's in a different place. Elsie's over in Facebook, but so is Texas Dave. So I'll go ahead and send that to him today. Just waiting on my internet, slow as molasses. If you don't know what molasses is, it's sticky. Sticky subject. Okay, here we go. To Elsie, Mr. Walter Danley, aka Elsie. And there's Dave Houston. And did Glenn Fleming leave? Oh, he left me a GIF. The hell, Glenn? Oh, all right. There we go. I can show that. He wanted me to show it earlier, so I'll show it now. How about that? Glenn Fleming in his fedora, his hat. Why am I getting a little? There we go. Even the photo looks out, the lighting and everything. Very noir. Very cool. Very interesting. Very interesting. Good evening. She gives me the Dracula treatment. Good evening. Very smart. Yeah. I wonder how I would look in a fedora. Probably not near as dashing. And that little, I wouldn't call it a penciled moustache. You know that comes from France, right? Moustache. Um, Happy 116th birthday to William Hartnell yesterday. Unfortunately, we don't talk Doctor Who till Tuesdays around here, so we missed it by a day. But what kind of day that falls on next year, huh? Maybe we'll hit it just right. I don't know. All right, let me. Been killing it of late. Literally in last 28 days or so, the channel analytics we're up 15 new subscribers. So thank you everyone for subscribing. Drop the link. Ice Queen, if you want to come in. We are an hour early. Of course, you're getting ready for bed, maybe. I'm having another cup of coffee. I need to do a search. Wow, man. Wow. I mean, I, against my better judgment, and since you're bored, you know what the average view time? Maybe the highest, Caroline. I'm in bed already. Laugh out loud. I don't mind. You don't have to come on camera. No, just don't drown in the plushies. You know what the average view time on Against My Better Judgment, and since you're bored, I think it's an all-time high. Over 30 minutes was the average view time duration. Of course, they're lying about the peak concurrent viewers. I don't know what to trust anymore, to tell you the truth. when it comes to the numbers. I know we had over 10 viewers at some point earlier today. Views 26, it says over here on YouTube. Um, Finally got kind of got out of the red a little bit, on views and on watch time hours. But yeah, I believe that's an all time high, 30 minutes, just barely over 30 minutes, 30.7 minutes, oh 07. So thank you. Oh, wow, that's good. Yeah, that is good. Uh, I mean, I've had 28 plus minutes, but I don't think I've ever had a stream. Titles really matter, I think. Timing, of course. Uh, I think there is a sweet spot for like afternoon, around near noonish time, early in the morning here. Uh, People getting ready to work or listening to go to work, or they're at work and they can listen. That must be a cush job. Shadowhawk said that he had to run some errands. I bet he's thinking 4 o'clock, so he may be 15 to 20 minutes past 4. Texas Dave might beat him in here. Let's see. I do need to do a Google search. Mm-hmm. This is related. It's been windy. It's been windy here. Oh yeah, I think this is what I'm looking for. Maybe 13 more. Show less? No. No, that's all. That's not all of it. From sources across the web. Yes. Well, it has most of it up here, not everything. Uh, and they're kind of out of order. Uh, all right, let's try this one. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh wow, even gives you the view figures. How about that? I like that. This is a list of Doctor Who episodes. Wait a minute, that's 2005 to present. The hell? Sharp decline. 15th Doctor to be announced. Okay. All right. I mean, past 13, who can? What? It skips 13 to the 15th Doctor. What happened to the 14th Doctor? Hey, don't want to talk about the Jodie Whittaker years, and this new Doctor's even worse. And I can't believe that such a sellout. It's even got the Christmas episodes here. But this is new stuff. This is supposed to be like from 1963 to 1989. There we go. There we go. That's the one I want to click on. The classic Who. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, First Doctor, but it's not telling me episodes. I want episodes, and I don't want to have to kind of, all right. Okay, maybe I didn't go down far enough. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's what I needed because I didn't do my homework. These are the cliff notes. Someone was sending me a Tornadoes, multiple tornadoes in Florida. That's not good. Uh, I can believe it as windy as it's been here. All right, back to what I was doing here. Mm, yeah, you in sounds. Hey Timothy, can I tell you all about how great it is to unsub from drama shows? I literally have no idea what drama has happened on the web. That's good. Sounds calming, Tim. I bet you feel less stressed. Feels terrific. Yeah. Mm, you wondered what too? What did I'm behind. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. So you had an unearthly child, which was them going back to caveman times to kind of rediscover fire for man. A kind of a slow start. People were probably scratching their head back in November 23rd and uh, the first airing, and that was right after the assassination of JFK, as Glenn said earlier, and it still got a decent, I feel, 4.4 million people watched it, the first episode. Uh, or maybe that was the second showing. I can't remember. I think November 23rd though. Yeah, was the start of it. So let's see. That was an unearthly child. There was two viewings of that. This isn't kind of right, but anyway, I guess that's the first showing. The Cave of the Skulls, the second was 5.9, then The Forest of Fear 6.9, and The Firemaker 6.4. So million. So that's not bad. Then they had The Darlings, which, catapulted Doctor Who to fame. 6.9, 6.4, 8.9, 9.9. And then 9.9 again, 10.4 by the end of that story. 10.4 for a couple of weeks in a row. So it really climbed up there. Word got out. Then you had The Edge of Destruction, a little two-parter where they had no budget, whatever, which was 10.4. That's where Susan grabs the scissors. Thank you, Tome of Reckoning, for liking this broadcast. I appreciate that. Um, 9.9, 10.4, and then 9.9 on that. And then you had Marco Polo, which is really sad that all of that is lost except for the audio. And that was pretty much 9.4 on almost episode. There is a 9.9 and an 8.4. And at the end of it, the conclusion, like people were like, oh, it's the conclusion, I guess. They 10.4. The Keys of Marinus, 9.9, 9.4, 10.4, 7.9, 6.9. So, started off strong and then just kind of settled in, you know. So, kind of midway in the sevens or sixes, you know. Some would be higher than others. Anyway, I'm getting mired down in the minutia. And then one of my favorites, the from the first Doctor, the Aztecs, that had 4 episodes, and then you had the Censor Rights. That one's kind of strange. That was a 6-parter, and then you had the Reign of Terror, which I like, which deals with, and that was season 1. That deals with the guillotine. The France during their revolution, and that's not totally lost, but a lot of it's gone. Well, no, we have most of it. I think one episode or two has been animated. I forget. And but we, like I say, we have the audio on all these. Then we go into season 2, which is Planet of the Giants, the Dalek Invasion of Earth, the Rescue, the Romans, the Web Planet, the Crusade, the Space Museum, the Chase, the Time Meddler. Then you go to season 3, which is Galaxy 4, which just came out a little bit ago, fully animated. They did have one episode that was surviving. It was a 4-parter. I think it was episode 2, Trap of Steel, that was still existing. Mission to the Unknown. Now, that was written by Terry Nation, was October 9th, 1965. 8.3 million on that one. Mission to the Unknown did not have Doctor Who in it. It was kind of a setup story. Why are the Daleks even threatening? I know, right? I grew up. Let's see. I'm behind. Drama is stressful, yes, indeed. I could never get into Doctor Who. Yeah, but if I gave you my recommendations, for some of the best episode of all time, uh, you know, uh, if you knew you might enjoy it, because there's some that hit harder than others, and you have to be able to appreciate older TV as well. But I mean, some of it has really good storytelling. It holds up. It has to. Um, Watch out, we are being attacked by a vacuum cleaner. I was so scared of them as a child. Yeah, but I was scared of everything. Laugh out loud. Darth Vader, now he was scary, but I was a kid. Yeah, I don't. I was 12 when I saw Star Wars. I wasn't really scared. Well, I mean, when he comes in with that probe and everything, he's menacing. I wouldn't call him scary, but then I was older than you, Timothy. I didn't find him scary. Well, we were older. We were older than Timothy. When, if you were a little kid, you would be like, oh, yeah, you're going to cut my socks off. Then we have one of my favorites, which is the Myth Makers, um, the Daleks' Master Plan, the Massacre, the Ark, the Sentinel Toy Maker, the Gunfighters, the Savages, the War Machines. Then you go to season 4, which is the Smugglers, um, which is one of my favorites. And I hope they found a couple episodes from that. It's a 4-parter, all of it totally missing except for the audio. I have the audio. It's one of my favorite. It's got to make my top 10. The 10th Planet, got to make my top 10. So there's 2 of my top 10. The 10th Planet being where he first regenerates into the second Doctor, and the first appearance of the Cybermen, which I think the Mondasian Cybermen are the scariest, because you can still see that they're human. I get what Shadowhawk is saying about the more robotic suits that would come in the moon base, which was like the 4th story series of stories with the second Doctor, with Patrick Troughton. So going all the way back to the back, I've got to make my list out on the fly. So when Dave gets here, I'll already have mine, and he can give me his, and we can have a little discussion, maybe. Not just about Doctor Who, but don't want to bore anyone. But yeah, if you want some good recommendations for the first Doctor, an Unearthly Child, just simply because it's the first, the first series, I guess, needs to be in the running, or the Daleks, the second one that really catapulted them. The caveman thing is like, yeah, I don't know. And I've never been a big Daleks fan either. Kind of hard to understand. Edge of Destruction was kind of wild. I do have Marco Polo. I find that to be, You know, the historicals generally did not do that well. The Aztecs, awesome. In May of 1960, May and June of 1964. That definitely has to make my top 10, but who knows? Okay, so because, there are some good ones. The Censorites, The Reign of Terror. I have to put that on my short list. I'm going to start a short list here and then just see, what my top 10 looks like. I do not know what it would be. Reign of Terror, though, is a pretty good story. I do have that on audio. And like I say, most of it exists with fill-in animation. Planet of the Giants, yeah. Dalek Invasion of Earth, The Rescue, yes, a two-parter, yeah. That probably going to make my top 10. I'm just going to do a short list here. Rescue introduced Vicky after Doctor Who's granddaughter, who started the series, Susan, stayed behind in the Dalek Invasion of Earth. And great creature, great atmosphere in that two-parter, especially in the second one. The Romans, a lot of people like that. I could probably put that on my short list. It's supposed to be comedy. Finally, Hartnell kicks ass in the Romans. He really does for him. Hey, Doc.
Good afternoon, Rex.
Good afternoon. Darth Vader is now scary. When I was a kid, let's see, I didn't find him scary. Bah, bah. Timothy Austin said we were on. Honestly, I was bored. I only liked the Ewoks, cute teddies. I
Hello,
fell asleep in the
Caroline.
cinema watching The Empire Strikes Back. Wow. I was only 7 or 8 and a girl. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Weeping angels are the most scary things ever in Doctor Who. Yeah. I mean, if you blink, you die, right? Oh, is that a little too close? Yes, I think so. I almost broke into a Mr. Clean commercial.
Hi, Levi. Good to see you. Hello,
Hey,
Timothy.
Levi.
Hello, Caroline.
I see how it is. Don't say hi to the host. Just straight to Doc. I get it. All right.
Look,
I got
look.
a
I mean,
solution.
they can all sense the charisma of the guy that runs the podcast that won't rust, bust, collect dust, kink, stink, turn pink, or around. It seems a rainy season for 90 days, or your money gladly refunded.
Huh. Well, Doc, now that you're here, I'm wondering, you're probably not a Doctor Who fan, are you?
No,
God, I'm in for it now, aren't I?
no. You enjoy what you enjoy.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy early TV, and there is something exciting about since I've been collecting, which is now 8 years. Uh, because I started at age 50. I was just going to give it a try. Looked intriguing, and I liked the first 3 series, which was bundled together. Uh, uh, and I went back for more and kept going back for more. And so now I
Now,
have the
now let me
collection.
ask you though, Rex.
Hmm.
All kidding aside, this is
Hmm.
not a jab. Was it hard to get on board with the really hokey practical effects to begin with? Were they
No,
off-putting to you?
no, because I grew up with you know Star Trek: The Invaders. I don't know. I grew up with hokey. I mean, Get Smart. Doesn't get much hokier than that. Or Beverly
Yeah, but that was
Hillbillies,
supposed to be hokey.
Gilligan's Island. I
Those were
know that's
supposed to be hokey.
yeah. I know you
I
wanted
mean,
to drown. Is it a Navy thing that you just wanted to kill Gilligan and maybe the skipper for
no, I
wrecking
will.
the damn ship?
No.
I leave
It's
it.
just if I actually wanted to get off the island, which I wouldn't, but if I wanted to get off that island,
Right.
I'd forgive Gilligan the first time he screwed it up.
Yeah.
Maybe even the second. The third time he's got to die.
You do have to suspend reality in some of these things. Even in Star Trek, some things have never made sense to me. Probably the only time they kind of made sense, which they really didn't make sense because I probably didn't understand it then, uh, is some of the plot points. Um, I'm going through classic Star Trek now, Doc, and I'm on the third season, so I'm quickly going through this. Generally, about a disc and a half or 2 discs per night, which I definitely need to put it down for a little while. But
The
it's
hole, what I'm
it's
saying,
entertaining.
Rex, is
Uh-huh.
the hole in the minnow wasn't that big. If you
Yeah,
could make
it really wasn't. Yeah.
if you could make a coconut radio, you could patch that hole.
And how far out could they be? How I mean, if they were blown off crawlers. So I get it. They could.
Someone actually posted the
Uh-huh.
exact make and model of that yacht and said, first of all, there's not accommodation for 7 people on that thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, a 3-hour cruise on that boat would only take it about X amount of miles away,
Right.
and it wasn't
Even if they
enough.
were blown
It
off in a
wasn't enough.
violent
It
storm.
wasn't enough based on the trigonometry for it to even be out of the shipping lanes. They would have been found.
Yeah. But it was very popular. It's still popular. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's a
it's
tropical island with beautiful girls.
right. And it's with wacky situations. I mean, what's not to love? You know,
Look, after
guys.
the first year, even Mrs. Howell be starting to look good. Is what I'm saying.
Oh God. Wow. He went there, folks.
I
Wow.
did. I did.
Okay. Well, Mrs. Howe was not, I mean, she was in bearskin or something.
And they were only millionaires.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's not like she was that old. She might have been about our age when she did that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah. Well, she was part of that old Hollywood system.
Mm-hmm. But
I just like old TV. I think that's what finally hooked me about Doctor Who.
Gilligan would just have to die. Let's just
Maybe
leave
I
it.
was just bored.
I don't know. I mean, the old TV shows, Andy Griffith, Gomer Pyle,
Right.
all that stuff from the Superstation.
Yeah.
That's just the good stuff. Now, there's some I didn't like. I didn't like My Three Sons.
See, I did.
I was never a fan. Never a fan of the Brady Bunch or the Partridge Family.
I did. I would probably find it hard to watch now.
Yeah, the ones I liked then, I still like now. They stood the test.
I will say this: I like Gilligan's Island, but do I want it in my collection? I think I've got the first season. That's it. I've seen it so many times. Same thing with Beverly Hillbillies. I've saw them so many times now. As years go by, I could probably get it, when I'm 70 and watch it again and be entertained. But
I saw a clip from the Beverly Hillbillies that I had never seen before when they get on an airplane thinking it's a bus.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to leave the ground and they freak out.
And they react. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I had never seen that clip before, and it was good. Or if he get to going any faster, we're going to leave the ground.
Well, the British have a different sensibility, Doc. And it's like, I guess I found that intriguing. Not only was this early TV that I had not seen, but it was British TV. So it kind of,
yeah. But let me ask, let's ask Caroline this. Am I mistaken? You guys pretty much have to pay a tax for the BBC or Channel 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that comes out of World War II.
Yeah. Would it be fair then to
BBC.
say that Doctor Who was the best
subsidized?
The best science fiction a government ever produced?
Yeah. I guess that's one way of looking at it. Gable Pennyshot says, Rex, what side of the great CG Civil War are you taking? I didn't know that there was one going.
What's up, Gabe?
I try and stay out of civil wars.
I
guess I'm Sweden.
I'm on my side.
Switzerland, rather.
Switzerland. I'm on my side. Always.
No, with that said, I said earlier, if you're neutral or if you're in the middle of the road, you're probably going to get ran over. there is no such thing as neutral. I'd have to give me facts, and then I'll take a side. Maybe. Doc, I think we
What?
hit on our stream earlier. I think we hit an all-time high for viewers staying with us.
We had it
over 30 minutes was the average view time for
well,
our earlier stream.
I
Is
was
that
here.
not incredible?
I
Well,
was here.
I'm just informing you of how glorious you are.
This much poise, style, charm,
I can't
charisma.
believe you've been on this long and not asked me to come on camera.
That's because I was seriously considering going off camera. I need to go trim my mustache. It looks terrible.
It's a stunning new icon. Yes, I know.
It is.
Really? Trim your mustache is more important. Okay. Well, you go do.
Look at it. It looks terrible. I got to go fix this. I'll be right back.
Wait. I was going to take a close up of it because I'm a stinker.
No.
Yes. No, it's a shock. Nikki in the house. Doc, so nice to see you. Hubby bought a Fedora today. Oh, you'll have to tell him when that. I'll reiterate that too. Yes, hello again. Propaganda. Yeah. Who is the CG Captain America and who is the CG Iron Man? I'm Team Mermaid. Right. We knew that. Anyway, while the doc's away, Rex will play. The Web Planet, that one's kind of weird. They actually put Vaseline on the lens, but it was really cool. Richard Martin, he's on a lot of the documentaries. He's and they had good viewership of that. I mean, the Web Planet was like 13.5 million, 12.5, 12.5, 13, 12, 11.5, 10.5. Oh, well, I'm going into the crusade here, but I mean, it was all in. The lowest it got was 11.5 million people. That was the 7th story, if I'm remembering right. Had 6 episodes. Introduced the Zarby, which was big in the Doctor Who annuals. In the comics. Now, what's that all about? Obviously, tuberculosis. Mike Walters in the house, dropping a like, saying, hi, Doc. Mermaid is very powerful. Yes, I'm team myself.
Relax, everybody. It's just a little tuberculosis. I'll be fine.
Exactly. There you go, Doc. Her hubby bought a Fedora today.
Fantastic.
How about that? Oh no, Doc is dying. Wow, Timothy, you go to it, man. Every time, man. It's like, I think Dr. Vader won Timothy over to the dark side of the Force, even though it scared the hell out of it. Because he has a dark humor. Timothy does. Doc, if you're cough up a lung, dial 911.
So one of the delightful perks of being a lifelong smoker is the first 2 hours of every day you spend doing exercises like coughing, doubling over with gut pain. It's yes, exactly.
Joys of Smoking, Doc. You're singing the song of our people. Yeah, I mean, I've smoked before too. More than once.
More than once.
Yeah.
Me too. Typically about 20 times a day.
Quit, smoke, more than once.
So let me tell you a true story, Rex.
Oh, no.
I quit smoking once when I was, I'd had a surgery. And the doctor said, you need to quit smoking. Back then I listened to the doctor, so I said, okay. So I had quit for 3 months. And I had recovered from my surgery, and this band wanted me to come and sit in with them, fill in for their bass player who had broken his arm. And I said, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over and I'm jamming with these guys, and this is it's about the size of this room, 5-man band.
We'd be jamming.
And everybody in the band smoked.
Mm-hmm.
And we took a break, and I stepped outside of the room and I exhaled, and smoke actually came out of my lungs. And I said out loud, damn, I may as well be smoking. And somebody went whoosh, and put a lit one right in front of me. And I went, thank you very much. And I was back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's addictive. Yes,
No,
they
it's
do
not.
pay a license. Yes.
It's not addictive.
It's not. Okay. Well, I remember when I was younger.
It's dependence creating.
Yeah. Well, it's an oral fixation for, well,
No,
something.
no. Freud is bullshit.
Freudian bullshit. Yeah, I mean,
Freud is bullshit.
You know what? So much science is like that, Doc, at the time, though, and now
that was never science.
Like, I'm just saying. For decades, they were going Freud. It's all sexual, your mother and all that. And now they're going, he wasn't so right. And it's like, what the hell is it? Carbs are good for you. No, they're not. It's like the dietary thing. It's
do you remember? Do you remember in the 70s when they banned saccharin because it caused cancer?
Yep. Found cancer in rats.
And now saccharin's back, and they went, whoops, sorry, we were wrong.
Oh, really?
Could you imagine?
Saccharin was back. I still wouldn't.
Oh, yeah. One of those substitute packets, the pink, the blue, the yellow, I don't know which one, is saccharin.
Chris says,
no, Timothy, it's not.
Got a happy husband.
Addiction is a series of behaviors. Dependence is a physiological response to a substance.
Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, however you want to look at it.
I mean, the definitions are: substance abuse is to use an illegal substance or to use a legal substance illegally. And addiction is to continue substance abuse in spite of repetitive negative consequences, potential or manifest.
Yeah, I don't even look at legality. I mean, but
those are diagnostic criteria, Rex.
I got
they're
you.
They're necessary for treatment.
Along, man. I'm not, some turnip. I do get you.
You're in Arkansas,
I just don't. I'm very selective about what I veer into. Welcome to the show, Mr. Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk.
What's going on around here? We just start the 4 o'clock at any old willy-nilly time.
Well, I thought I would do.
We started this one at 8 a.m.
East Coast broadcast today, as we've occasionally done. Shadowhawk, if you'll remember, we've done 3 o'clock before.
Well,
I thought I'd give East Coast a break, and some of these ladies a break that go to sleep over in the UK around this time, start an hour early.
Well, hello. Sorry, I'm
late.
Hey,
Smoking Ray.
Like, what's up? What's up, Smoking Ray? That's funny.
Hello. Sorry, I'm early.
Yeah, I like to be unpredictable,
Nikki says, it's Nikki, right? Chris Longfellow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My animals know I'm awake because they hear the Zippo open in the morning. Dink.
I know, that's very funny. Yeah.
My dog.
Oh, the heck with the UK. Wow. Okay.
My dog can tell when Tacey wakes up.
Hey, Timothy.
She smells the first cigarette being lit.
Our earlier stream, Shadowhawk, got on average 30.07 minutes.
Wow.
Over 30 minutes. I think that's an all-time high.
Wait. The stream from yesterday?
From earlier today that we did for a couple hours. Because I already did 2 streams today.
Oh. I didn't even know you had. I thought I saw you post a 20-minute.
I did, and then after that, I did another one for a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
And Doc was in there. Caroline was in there.
Cool.
Was it just us? I can't remember. Like I said, not a morning.
It's been going all day.
No, I mean, there's been some time in between.
Hey, Gable.
He took a lunch break.
20 minutes does not take the whole day, Shadow. Do you? Man?
He took a lunch break, Shadowhawk.
You're right. Exactly.
No.
Congratulations. Well, Abby demanded it. Congratulations, Rex. That's a nice thing for you. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. We're up 15 subscribers already in the last 28 days, which is wonderful. Thank you all.
I can't take credit for all of it, Rex.
I'll give you credit for all of it. Already him working on his comics. Ooh, slam down.
Oh.
I am working on so many scripts.
So many.
Yeah.
I'm working on art.
I'm gonna have to be throwing down on a fourth stream tonight on topic list tonight and get some.
Rex, I haven't inked the portrait shot yet, but the rest of them are done.
Now, a portrait, you're talking shoulders and head. Okay.
Yes.
That won't take long.
No,
why
it's already gone.
Working on the momentum verse. Oh, believe me, I am.
Would you like to see some work on the momentum verse?
Sure.
Yeah, show it off.
Let's set this up. You know the thing. I'm more excited about seeing this. Here we go. All right, let me begin that. Wait, no, he never holds it up enough. You're right. It's split.
Let's split him.
It's split. Right. Yeah. Bystander and the passenger there.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm. And the bystander will have a dark field against him. I guess I'll have to put a little glow around him because his shoe and his glove, and other things would kind of.
I would split the page right down the middle of him.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And this side be black with stars, and this side have gray smoke everywhere.
That's a possibility.
That's what you want.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and draw it in there so you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Get him, Doc. Get him.
Is that all we get to see? One? Really?
Oh, I mean,
I'm not ashamed.
Hey, always even wanting more, Rex. Always even wanting more.
Introductory bystander going.
Progress.
Oh, look. And then
progress.
We got his portrait shot.
We've been working on things. Doc's been working on things.
And then we've got his run in with Spider-Man didn't go well.
Yeah.
Bummer.
So there's your 4 images.
Okay.
Now can we get some pages?
Now can I give you some pages?
Yeah, let's get some page work done.
Well, now I do want that distortion one, with the side of his face.
Rex, we can't just have images. You need pages.
Oh, yes, I can.
Pages.
Yeah. I'm going to work these into pages.
Doc wants to do some sequentials.
I know he wants to do some sequentials.
I need some sequentials on my spinner rake.
So either this evening or in the morning, I'm going to finish the novella for A Damn Dirty Thing. And then the next 2 days, I intend to work on the last couple of pages, or the last scene, I should say, of the floppy.
Wow.
So all of that will be done. Pages.
Call everybody out. Yeah.
Come on.
Everybody thinks it's cool. Oh. How'd your day go today, Shadowhawk?
It was all right.
Yeah. You didn't let that one boss get underneath your skin?
Nah, well, I mean, he's trying as usual, but it's like, well, dude, I'm waiting on you. You said you were going to go pick up parts. You said you were going to go pick up paint, rollers, paintbrushes, all the stuff for the projects I need to fucking do. I told you I don't have any of the stuff. It's been 3 days now. You going to get it? Oh, yeah, I'm going after lunch. 2 o'clock today.
After lunch.
Yeah, right before quitting time, I walk in. I'm like, "Oh, hey, you're back. Where's everything at? You want me to unload your truck? Oh, I'm just gonna go after work tomorrow. I'll bring it in tomorrow morning." All right.
Wow.
Well, it's
All right.
another day I'm behind. So
Right. Well, yeah. And then he better not complain that you're behind, right?
no, fuck him. If he does, he's gonna hear about it.
He says,
And
"No,
why am
fuck
I
with me."
behind?
I don't know if
Because
you heard
of
Timothy said,
you,
"No,
sir.
fuck with me."
You are the reason.
Yeah,
You,
if you would have
you.
gave me the card and sent me down the road to Menards, I
Yeah,
could
but
have got
that's
this
hard
shit
to do,
myself.
Doc. I mean, I hate bad leadership, but I mean, when he is technically Shadowhawk's boss, even though he's a dunderhead, not that I've ever met him, but just
Well, I know how to
whenever
handle
his
him
account,
in a
Shadowhawk knows how to handle him, but it
respectful manner.
Yeah, you
right.
diplomatically say, you, sir, are a thundering dumbass.
And
Exactly.
when they
Yeah.
really cross the line, that's when you crawl down their throat, pull out their esophagus, and kill their firstborn, and then you walk
Oh,
out.
No,
oh,
if they really get out of line, Rex,
And that's after pooping in their shoes, so they can't
my
go home
go-to
straight.
is I put down my tools and I go home for the day, and then I come back the next day and I go, "Do you want to fucking talk about it, or am I quitting?"
Right. Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't have I don't have time for that shit, man. I can go
yeah,
out and get a job in 2 days. I'm not worried about
yeah, I get it.
somewhere along the line,
The
sir,
guy's
you
got
made the
he
mistake of thinking that I need you.
he
it.
I
does
I
know
mean, I
don't.
was
everything the
looking for a
doc is
job when I took
blind
this one.
with his tongue.
I don't need you, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't spend, over 30 some odd years developing a set of skills so that I could have some dumbass that don't know what he's talking about tell me how to do it wrong.
Particular set of skills.
I'm not going to have you sit here and tell me how to do it wrong.
I will find you. I will end you.
Yeah, Doc, I mean, I'm just like, I take no prisoners. If you made me mad enough to come after you, Finity, then
Rex,
there will be consequences. If I have to come looking
Rex,
for you,
Rex.
that's time I can't get back out of my life, Doc. So, let's just end the problem so that it's not a problem anymore.
You've got this long for us to work this out.
Well, let me get on the couch back here.
That's not a lot of
Do
time
you
there,
charge
right?
by the hour?
That's not a lot of time, baby.
It's not, is it?
You got maybe
Not the
30,
way
40
you
minutes to
inhale.
do that.
You're losing one now.
I know Timothy says Rex be better. I know.
I the wife made homemade chicken noodle soup because on a day when there's a flood, homemade chicken noodle soup is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Just to let you know, Shadowhawk, I'm making out my top 10 list for Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my top 10.
Is Texas Dave coming in?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, my top 10 will be all-time Baker episodes. Pick one. I don't care.
Yeah, we're not to Baker yet. In
All
fact,
of mine are titled None of Them.
I'm glad.
No, baby.
I'm glad that we delayed this for like 3 weeks, Shadowhawk, because yesterday was the first Doctor's birthday. He would have been 116 years old yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And that was the old guy with the white hair, right?
Yes.
Long white. Yeah.
Yes.
Can never remember his name.
I've never even seen that show, Timothy. That you watched it tells me a lot about you, sir.
Red Dwarf, yeah. I've watched maybe one episode, maybe a couple.
Red Dwarf. What was that one? Oh, is that the English comedy?
Sci-fi comedy, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard about it.
With like the chiseled, alien look for one of the characters.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I've just heard people talking about it.
So
you hater.
were those based on the enforcer for Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs? Remember that guy? He had the chiseled metal face and he twitched.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like Green Acres either, Rex.
Green Acres is a place for me.
Boop, boop,
Farm
boop.
living is a life for
I did
me.
like Petticoat Junction though.
Petticoat
Only
Junction
because it
was
had
a much
women
better show.
that never put out. Just saying.
Well, that and the train. I like the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they were swimming in the town water supply all the time. I was like,
Yeah, right.
Well, that was technically just the railroad water for the steam engine.
right. Yeah.
That's all that was.
Yeah,
So
just the 10 days.
they could go up there and swim all they wanted to. I spent a great deal of time pondering the view of sitting up there on the edge of that tank.
I spent more time pondering the view from underwater with a mask on, but yeah.
I had two pizzas last night. Just saying. But they didn't look like Tome of Reckoning's pizza. The hell, that thing looked good.
Yeah, that looked pretty
I
tasty.
couldn't even get extra cheese on the thing. I was poor,
No, right.
man.
I would like to make another homemade pizza. I've only made one since I've been in this house.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to do in retirement.
Make pizzas?
Pizza for myself and others.
You know what, Rex? That's a good idea. I'll have Mom make some pizza dough for you. I'll freeze it up and FedEx it to you, and then you can make some real pizza at home.
Yeah.
So there was a retired Navy captain at one of my commands who had bought a house there, and the word gets out. He doesn't advertise it, but if you're active duty, you and your spouse or just you come to his house for lunch. He puts out a huge spread. He cooks for everybody. You know, it's fresh food every single day, and he'd have 20 or 30 people in there.
Sorry.
Or pizza will send for you. That's right.
That's right.
Alice does Dallas. Gabe. Actually, that sounds good. Send me a script. But I always thought that was cool. I always thought that was very cool. That day.
You got to mention, where was it, Doc? Pretty big stream the other night.
I did?
Yeah. I think it was on Ethan's stream. Dark Gift got called up. Ethan's been hanging with him a little bit lately. And he popped in and asked Anthony what was going on and this, that, and the other. And Anthony pulled up a damn dirty thing and showed off your book. And yeah, dude.
Wow.
Ethan liked it.
Nice. He played my trailer.
I don't think he played the whole trailer. I think he
That's
just
what
showed a few
publisher's
pages.
supposed to do, Doc, is push your stuff out there. So why?
Well, I mean, thank you, Anthony, for doing that.
Yeah, I can't remember if he got to play the trailer or not because I was kind of watching at work. But I don't think he played the trailer, but he did show some pages and talked about the project. And yeah, it's very cool.
Cool. Awesome. When was
the
this?
Blaylock name is getting pushed around a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm not going to say who, but even when my haters said, I checked out your book, it's good.
There you go. Hey, you know what? At least, even if it's a hater that can at least be honest.
Yeah.
I ain't seen many of those out there.
It turns out, I can write.
Hey, guess what? You can kind of draw a little bit too.
Little. Melvin and Alice go aboard a space train and must stop a robbery that's in progress. The great space train robbery. Oh, Lord, help.
Okay.
Lord. This is, of course, the sequel to Alice Does Dallas.
Of course.
Because you got to introduce Alice first. And the book would have one backer, Gabriel Pennyshot, executive producer.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to have to ask Glenn on, not the Glenn you're thinking of automatically, but Monster Glenn. You know, he
Oh,
actually
Glenn
has.
and Monster Island. Yes.
Yeah, he has, Fund My Comic up there. We've not asked him on, but he's often in our chat, right?
Oh shoot! I didn't even realize he had a project up. What's
Yeah, we've been remiss, my friend. We've been
Oh
remiss.
crap! Sorry about that, Glenn.
Yeah. Let me bring it up here real quick, which, might take a while.
And I think
You
I'm
know,
saying it right
Glenn,
because his is spelled
Glenn, yeah,
GLYN.
GLN, yeah,
Yeah.
Glenn in Monsterland plus comic books for kids. And he
Oh,
has a trailer, and we never played the trailer. He's got no end date, 9 backers, $235. 100, his goal was $200, so he is funded.
yeah, cool.
But
Well, let's
yeah,
check him out, Rick.
we need to check it out here. Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to do today.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry about being neglectful there, Glenn. You should have spoke up, my friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm don't know how to get a hold of him, but next time he's in here, I'm going to pounce on
Well, I
him like
mean, next
Black
if
Panther.
if he was in the chat, just say, hey, by the way, guys, I got a project up. We'll be happy to
All right, I get it. Yeah,
get some eyes
it would
on
have
it.
been easy to do that, but he didn't do that. So I'm kind of glad
Oh,
that I discovered it and said,
maybe
"Hey."
he's a little shy.
And
That's
this
all
has
right.
been up here for 4 months, and
Holy
you
crap!
know what? He may not have the capacity to come on. I don't know. Some people don't, right? They don't have a microphone, or I guess most people can
No,
use
yeah,
a
I mean,
phone. I'm not one of them. Okay, let's watch the trailer, shall we?
yeah, you can stream off your phone like I do, but it's not.
Only on Choppy S Theater.
I like
Extra
the music
shot.
already.
48 pages of fantasy adventure.
Sings to me Irish blood.
Yeah, isn't it though?
I
Blast.
like. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I
It
mean,
kind of
what's not
has
to like here?
yeah, it kind of
No,
has
looks good, man.
a Wart the Wizard type, fun romp
Yeah,
feel
a
to it.
little
Look at
more
that.
maybe a little YA, but
Yeah.
looks, well put together, nicely drawn, good
Hmm.
colors.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Interior artwork. Look at that. Wow. There you go.
Yeah,
Looks like a
there you
fun
go.
book. I like the sound effects. It's like blast.
Yeah, somebody else does that. His sound effect is grab.
Yeah. Sound effects are the
I
hardest.
always like the classic Zark.
Yeah,
With writing Devil Flyer, it was like Chirac. It was like the hardest. Coming up with a good sound effect to actually illustrate. Oh, look at that.
yes, you make a sound effect and they go, "How do I spell
So
that?"
there you go. Comic books for kids, providing comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers.
Eric
Comic books
Weathers
for
came up
kids.
with a good one.
Yeah,
So it's the Splort.
I've
yeah.
given copies of Monsterland away in the past, but I want to send more. Your donation will help me with the postage fees to ship the book abroad. So please do take a moment to check it out. Wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the Madness is a sponsor of comic books for kids.
well,
That's
yeah, both I and Shadowhawk have actually contributed. We bought some stuff at the auction, remember? That
Yep.
Awesome.
Critical
See,
Blast
that's
did
awesome.
and others.
I believe, yeah, we RJ was putting together some stuff for a
Yeah. Mhm.
comics for kids. And,
That's awesome.
cool.
And they also
So
have a division that does stuff for veterans.
well
Oh, that's cool too.
Glenn
Yeah.
in Monsterland, you pegged it. He is in Cork, Ireland.
Well, there you go.
He's
There
in
you
Ireland.
go.
So
As
hence the
soon as I
music.
heard the music, dude, I know my Irish music.
Yeah. Well, since that's only like 31 seconds, that's almost as short as mine. Let's play it again.
There you go.
Now that's an abrupt ending. I will say that.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you, I would have showed that to my youngest daughter like 2 years ago. She'd have been all over it.
And
She
she
probably still would if I got
probably
it for
still would
her.
like it.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, our teenagers like to act more grown up than their maturity
Okay,
level
so
really
so
is.
I'm assuming Glenn is the character's name. She's in Monster Island. So who is the creator on this one?
Uh, that is um, that is Kevin. Let's see if I can get the Phil Pot. Kevin
Oh,
Phil Pot.
all right. Hail Kevin. Yeah, nice work, man.
Madcap fantasy fun about a gang of monsters who rebel against their evil masters.
Oh, so they don't want to be you. Okay, cool.
All right, I have my top 9 Doctor Who. I need one more.
One
Yeah, I'm leaning toward the massacre, putting that in there.
Day of the Dalek.
Say what?
It's a Day of the Dalek. I don't even know if that was the name of it.
Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna put the massacre down. Some of these I have on audio, and they're not. They have no episodes. It's just going by the audio. Now there can be what they call telestamps. Massacre. That's a pretty good one.
All right. So though, if Star Trek could be described simply
Mm-hmm.
as wagon train to the stars,
Right.
give me a similarly apt description of Doctor Who.
um,
I'm not British. I'm a latecomer.
Is that the description? I'm not
Well,
British.
uh,
Doctor Who's a little more complicated.
I would just say time traveler of the stars. You know,
fake
time and
Doctor to
space.
the Stars.
Doctor to the Doctor to the stars. Yeah. Uh,
Care for a jelly baby.
so I guess I should probably go in order of these. Or should I wait on Dave? Should I just wait on
I'm
Dave?
guessing a jelly baby is something like a gummy, right?
I don't know.
I don't know,
No,
love.
I don't. Do we have any of our English ladies in the chat that can tell me?
They've all left. We've only got 5 people left.
What's up, Apex?
Just an
Show them
hour in
all
and
off, bro.
everybody's left. What the hell?
Let me have another coughing fit. That always gets the viewer count up.
See what happens when we start early.
I know.
Hey, folks.
Yeah, I'm already out of steam, Shadowhawk. I got nothing.
Nothing to drink in the house except coffee. I have nothing made up. Now I need to make some stuff up, but I can't take time now.
Well, I'm gonna go and get some more coffee.
I'm out of coffee.
I'll be right back.
I could make another one, but no.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I hanker for a hunk of cheese. Actually, I and Shadowhawk were looking the other day. Schoolhouse Rock. It was their anniversary of Schoolhouse Rock. Came out this month.
Love Schoolhouse.
Now, see, the British crowd would be going, what? You know, because they didn't grow up with that.
No, I mean, some of it would apply, like the math and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Now,
the American government stuff, they would be like, huh?
Yeah. In my top 10, I did allow for one Dalek story, and then one was automatic. The very first, the first Doctor's last 10th planet, his last episode where he actually regenerates into the second Doctor at the end of the episode. And then the second Doctor starts with Power of the Daleks, which was a big event. 50
That's when he turned into Mo, right?
Yes. Bad Beetle haircut. Sort of the cosmic tramp. Hey, Carrie. Now Doc might because he went to go get coffee. Yeah. Oh, I sold a couple other pieces. Well, no, I sold one piece, and I happen to have it here because I was supposed to mail it off today, but I'll get to it tomorrow. And I'm sending him a free one too. I'll show you the free one.
Apex is doing a tentacle girl. All right.
That's a newer production piece right there. Of course, both of these are. Probably after you stop collecting. So that's Storm and Thor there.
Well, yeah, I can see who it is. Wait.
Well, I didn't know if you could tell what Storm was from that.
Why does Storm have blonde hair?
That's just how they colored it. I do like the haziness, like he's full of energy here.
Yeah. I like that. I like that on Thor, yeah.
But this is Jimmy Olsen. Well, this piece I just showed was Ultimate War #2 that came out in 2003, Ultimates versus X-Men. This was kind of like a cover version of it. And then this is a splash page, The Human Flamethrower. Excuse me. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. And this is from back in the 50s. I actually bought the comic because I had this piece, which some of those early Olsens are, I don't think I paid too much, but for my comic. But this is number 33, page 1 of Superman pal Jimmy Olsen, the Human Flamethrower story. That
was right after he tried Indian curry for the first time.
Right, and you don't want to pull his finger. Just saying.
Bad things happen.
Rex.
This one's actually going. I show this because it's going out the door tomorrow, and it's going to a comic museum in California.
Nice.
Because this guy has bought for me for like 3 years, and that one I'm giving him free. That Ultimate X.
That's very nice.
Because I told him last time I sent him a facsimile of like a 1941 Batman mask, paper mask. Down to 2. And then maybe a 60s or 70s Spider-Man mask. And I told him the next time he orders, I'll send him a free one. Actual acetate piece of production art. So I did.
Now, Rex, I have to ask you, sir. Is that a pith helmet behind you?
A pith helmet? I don't even know what a pith helmet is.
It's like a safari hat from.
Oh yeah, you saw that. Yeah, this was actually one that they gave away. I don't know if I still have it. My grandfather actually had a true canvas covered safari hat that I had as a kid. I don't know if
they're called pith helmets.
A pith helmet. Okay. And yes, this was a cheap plastic one, maybe for kids. I don't know, but I picked it up at it was actually a freebie that they were giving out for someday at the post office.
All right. I need everybody to
it doesn't really fit, but yeah.
Chip in at Christmas. I need either a pith hat or a derby for Christmas next year. You got all year to save up.
Okay. My vote's for a derby.
I really want a derby. I've got an authentic British waistcoat. So now I need the Derby to go with it.
Shadowhawk, have you watched Scary Movie 2? Carrie wants to know.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Ultimate Marvel, yeah.
Scary Movie, the funny one, right? Scary Movie. Yeah, I've watched all of those.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Funny Movie, which was an actual horror movie.
Right. Why did Carrie have a specific question about it? Or?
Shadowhawk, you have to watch Scary Movie 2. A weed plant gets high, a cat does kung fu, and a parrot threatens to kick ass.
Oh,
what more could you possibly want from a movie?
Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it though, right,
yeah.
Shadowhawk?
Yeah.
Because you like horror and you like comedy. I know.
And I will ask you this, Carrie: if you have not seen A Haunted House or A Haunted House 2 with Damon Wayans yet, check those out because they are very funny.
Well, I'm gonna have to double check. Why the hell is Texas not in here yet?
So you probably send him a link.
And Elsie didn't. You know, I sent him the link. Yeah, him and Elsie. I'll double check. That's what I'm gonna do.
I think Elsie and Dave are starting their own show over there somewhere.
They could, yeah. Yeah.
They're like, we got all the collectibles. Screw those guys.
If I can get my, on a fly, do I want to do that?
You can get what to do who?
All right, I'm going to kick myself.
What onto your fly?
On the link that I sent.
That's what I heard. Can I get on account of pooner fly? What? On account of pooner. On account of pooner.
You got that rare Hawaiian disease, Lakanuki.
Oman Pani Mani Moo. How many squirrel nuts? And he's back.
I'd amount of pee all over the place.
I do have squirrels in my attic.
Well, we knew that.
That may be the coolest word in the history of words.
Yeah.
Well, I know Texas Dave's link is good because I came in on it. And I know I sent Walter one, Elsie.
Maybe Dave is being slowly eaten by a cat.
Now, for you Johnny come latelys that came in here late, and apologies to Glenn. I was supposed to show this earlier and did not, but I did early on in this stream, but there we go.
That looks like Glenn Fleming.
It is Glenn Fleming.
Well, all right. So look at me knowing stuff.
And his fedora.
and his trench coat.
Yeah. I mean, remember he was saying.
No.
I had mentioned it. Yeah, he had sent. Oh, oops. We lost Shadowhawk. I don't know why.
You fell. No fault of mine. What you did, you fat bastard.
DJs, this movie is insane. Yeah. 3 aliens land on Earth and they find themselves mistaken for a team of comic creators. They're pitching ideas, Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Texas Dave is not going to show up, then I guess Doc Blaylock will have to give us his top 10.
None of the above.
None of the above. Okay.
I understand that people like it. I just never got into it.
Doc, I said the same thing for years. Believe me, I did. And maybe it was the collecting part of it that I enjoyed, getting, because there was a lot of aspects that were actually exciting to collecting the American versions of Doctor Who. They actually found episodes and released them while I've been collecting it. And I've only been collecting 8 years, which I completed my collection, I don't know, a couple of years ago. It took me 5 or 6 years to complete my collection. And still there's some foreign ones that I have not collected that I would like to collect.
Shadowhawk says drop the link
edition.
for him.
Oh, okay, Stinky. Well,
look.
Do I smell? I took a
there's just at this stage of my life, I don't see myself ever getting into it.
I get it, Doc. It's not for everybody, but I was vehemently, kind of resistant to it.
Well, why are you yelling at me about it?
Not. Am I loud? Do I need to turn my volume down?
No. Timothy Olson says my generation already had a time traveling phone booth. Oh, well, there you go.
Wow, that did affect.
Is it a phone booth or a police box?
Police box. Well, okay. I mean, whatever.
Which is it?
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the out.
Oh my God! I didn't ask anything about that.
I don't know what the British call it.
The blue ones are police boxes. The red ones are phone boxes.
Yeah. Okay. It's a police box that has a phone. Yeah. All right. For the police. It's called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah. Yeah. And see, I enjoyed that and didn't even get the reference at the time.
I didn't know it was a reference.
Yeah, because they fly around in that phone
But it's a phone booth, not a police box.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be mimicking, and it travels through time, so it's mimicking Doctor Who.
No, get out of here with that.
It is. That's where they got it from, Doc.
Get out of here.
That's what a police box is, Doc. It's a phone booth for calling up the police.
Get out of here with that.
Now, I have a little slant on it, and that's time traveling shower.
Yes. The difference is, though, anytime he opens that shower, Chrissy and Janet pop out from Three's Company. Come and knock on our door.
That's right.
I'm waiting for you.
As long as it's,
absolutely. Is that a bad thing, Doc?
Chrissy covered in bubbles, I don't mind.
Well,
she's always got a thigh master ready for me.
They can't be away from it for longer than 5 minutes, though, or they wrinkle up. You know.
Dog just goes on.
Well, I just had to jump right in with them.
That's it. Come with us, Rex. Come with us. I'm not coming in there, girls.
No, it's the opposite. I've already jumped in the water and I'm saying, come on, girls, come on.
Oh,
yeah.
Nobody has to entice me.
Rex.
And the thigh master was just the bonus.
I would have just let her use my face.
I preferred Tanya Roberts.
Stop it.
I preferred Tanya.
Here's what I found out where to put the corner.
Harding?
No, Tanya Roberts.
Play my favorite tune.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Some would say, you get married, it's like back on the chain gang.
Never go look up the hotties that you liked in the 1970s and 80s.
Yeah.
Because they don't look like that no more.
Happy birthday to Joan Baez. Today's her birthday. If anybody cared. There's another hottie for you.
No, Joan Baez was never pretty.
Yeah, her politics put me off.
She was probably a stinky hippie.
She was a stinky hippie.
Oh, yeah. You know it.
I mean, I never got to smell her in person, but I'm just imagining that.
Oh, no, you're not doing the Biden.
She smelled like Yoko Ono's armpit.
Oh,
no.
Wow. That could be alluring for some people. Just saying.
Yeah. You got an attraction for kimchi and raw sewage.
That's nasty. Got a little.
I thought the whole Yoko Ono thing was kind of sus.
John Rex.
It was before my time. Check this out, Doc. This is a device that will scramble the egg in the shell.
No, it won't. That's a lie.
Well, we'll just see, okay?
That's some Doctor Who bullshit right there.
As soon as it stops buffering. It looks like they've got a underwater one.
It's not even an egg. What the hell?
Yeah, they'll show it to you. It's buffering. Hell, it doesn't want to play now. Great.
Welcome to Rex's choppy ass theater.
I know it's choppy. It doesn't want to play. Doesn't play well with others. Anyway, it's basically a cushion inside. You put it in there, and then and you still hard boil it, and it comes out all yellow. horrible.
I'm just not going to buy that. There's no amount of
I know
shaking
that's cheap.
you can do to an egg.
Oh wait, you can boil it and turn it into a whole yolk.
Well, I mean the yolk's mixed in with the white.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's like it's a much.
All right.
Yeah, you don't have the
Chat,
big.
what do you think? I'm calling bullshit on that.
All right. Let's see if I can get.
Oh no,
this
I've
going.
seen in the show Scramblers.
Hey, Dave.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello,
Good
Dave.
evening.
Yep.
What is on her thumb? Sweet Lord have mercy. What happened to her thumb?
Look at her fingernails. Why is it a diving guide helmet?
There you go. Oh, see there? Look at that.
No, that's bullshit. It's bullshit.
No,
That's bullshit.
right.
I'm calling bullshit.
Hey, Dave.
Dave,
Hi,
I've got to ask you
Shadow.
right off the bat, do you have your top 10 HARTNELLs?
Yes, I do.
All right. Yeah,
All right.
we've only waited 3 weeks. I'm glad
Somebody
you did,
came
because
prepared.
yesterday was Will Hartnell's birthday. 106. He would have been heavenly birthday, 116.
Wow.
I think he was born in 1909. I think that's right. Do your math.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. Now, Doc's not a fan. This is the part of the show where I excuse myself.
Not because of Dave. I love Dave. I'm just not a Doctor Who guy, so I'm gonna let you guys have it.
Thanks, Doc. I sure do appreciate that.
Peace out, guys.
No
See you
complex
later,
there. Well, it's not like we were going to take up the whole show, the rest of the show with it. I mean,
Well, no.
Oh yeah. No.
It shouldn't take that long, should it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, top 10, I guess that's a good thing. I mean, some doctors were longer than others. I guess when it comes to the fourth doctor, which is the only doctor for a lot of people, Tom Baker, who's thankfully still alive in his 80s. But Hartnell played him for 5 years, very respectful. And then I think he kind of set the tone, because the next two doctors played him for 5 years. You know, Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee. And then you got Tom Baker that played him for 7 years. And then it kind of went off the rails as far as, as far as them having it for any length of time, and even scheduling with the sixth doctor, where there was such a hiatus in there of time, was kind of a little, but anyway, I included, now I don't know if you included, I had to look at a list of all the episodes for the first Doctor.
So did I.
Okay. Because some of them are only on audio, right? Like Marco Polo. I didn't want to exclude those because, I mean, everybody wants to see Marco Polo. It didn't make my top 10 list, but it would make my top 5 for first Doctor ones that I would want to see for sure. Because the sets and the costumes were so stunning. The story, it just didn't get me. It had some good moments, but so I'm glad that you included. Can I ask you this? Did any of those that are just fragmented, like the Crusade, or where we might have one episode or maybe no episodes and it's just on audio? Do you have any audio, Doctor?
I have one or two, but I am missing some, I think.
Well, yeah, if you've only got one or two, there's a lot you're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah. And there's some I'm missing that I don't have. Especially when it comes to the second Doctor. Because there's some missing there. And then even Pertwee, some was just in black and white.
That's right.
Prints, and they colorized them.
I think one of those was the Ambassadors of Death, I seem to remember.
And there was, you're probably right with that. The very first one, Spearhead from Space, was like that, I believe.
Yeah.
But the versions I've seen, Dave, the colorization's actually done pretty good on them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not jarring. You know, colorization's come a long way since the 80s.
It has. But having said that, when they did that special colorization of the first Dalek story, the colors don't look that good.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, there's. I was saying to Doc that I've been collecting Doctor Who. It took me about 6 years, maybe if I remember right. It took me like 6 years, so I've had a complete collection for a couple of years in the Americans, and I have some Australian and I have some UK, and I do like the UK packaging better because. Do you have yours handy?
I do indeed.
Okay, well, I have a few here handy, but I don't have all of them.
Well, I have all the ones I've actually got.
Okay, well, that's cool
on the DVD side.
Yeah, I didn't. If I was really prepared, I would have gotten the audio too. But
yeah, I'm not that prepared either.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, when it, a top 10 might be hard with Tom Baker, right? Because he did it for 7 years.
Well, that's right.
And there was, Genesis of Daleks. I mean, there were some that just right off the top of my head would make the top. I'd have to think about it. I might have to do some rewatches. All right. What did you put them like in order to 1 to 10?
Yes, I've done.
You did from your favorite to
yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't done that, but
right. Okay.
Let's see. Gosh, I don't know. All right, you're not all right. I'm gonna try and do a top 10. Okay, I'm gonna try and do a top
10.
Okay. Just on the fly here. What was your number? Should we start at 10 and then go to our favorite?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can go in reverse order.
We'll do least favorite out of.
Well, my least favorite, I would say, is probably The Edge of Destruction.
Okay, so that's the two-parter that was the
number 10,
third story out of
it was
after the Daleks. But it still made your top 10.
Yes, it did.
Destruction.
Yeah,
which they had no budget for that.
I know.
They had no budget. It was basically the first episode was just them in the spaceship in the TARDIS.
It was all in the TARDIS, yeah.
And then the other, they kind of went out, but it was blank. They had no money for settings. They repurposed some robots from, repainted some robots from a movie, sci-fi movie. They got creative, and which is amazing that the story after that was Marco Polo.
Yeah.
With all the elaborate, I guess that's where they were already working on that, and that's where a lot of the budget went to was on.
Yeah,
Marco
I think you're probably right with that.
That's why people lament that Marco Polo. I will say this: Marco Polo did not make my top 10. The story, but now it would definitely make my top, maybe even 3 that I would like to see. I'm like every other Doctor Who fan. I would like to see the sets because we have pictures of the sets, the costumes. That was one of the most early elaborate episodes ever.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin Belmont in the house saying, yo.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Hey, Belmont.
How's it going, Shadow?
Okay, so my least.
Good.
Tell me number 10 for you again.
The Edge of Destruction.
Edge of Destruction, 2-parter, right? Where they had no budget. What did you like about that? Because Susan gets they got some flack about that because she grabbed scissors and started stabbing.
I know
the bed or a pillow or something, right?
Yeah,
it was quite violent.
It was quite violent, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, is that what appeals to you about that, or just that they?
I think it was just like this sort of like just had a story, like you say, set in the confines of the TARDIS.
Yeah. And it was an early, you got to spend a lot of time in the TARDIS, which as a little kid, and you saw this originally when it came out. So
that's right.
All right, Bill, man. I remember this Snob.
And that's, there was a show recently I found with Julie Newmar, and I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, is it from was she kind of like a robot?
She plays a robot. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I've actually seen some of those episodes on YouTube.
I used to watch. Really? I'm going to have to find the title of it.
Yeah.
I'll probably just do a search.
I'm just trying to remember the title now.
I'll probably do it real quick.
What was it? What was it called? I can't remember, but I have seen about 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah. Was it called Where's My Catchy Bone? No.
I liked it when it originally came out. And
I wasn't even aware of it. It was a friend of mine who actually mentioned it to me.
Well, I had forgotten it till I watched, and I actually had a videotape that actually said, "Hey, this is before she was Catwoman."
Yeah, I was just going to say that it was definitely before she was Catwoman, because I think she was a robot that had been designed by some scientists.
It was before she did Catwoman, and it was fairly successful. The reason I brought that up was I enjoyed it as a kid, and from what I understand, the first 10 episodes are the only episodes that are known, and I forget how many episodes they did, but all the rest have been lost, and they might not be. Right. So I might have actually, like you, watched some TV at the time when I was a kid that will never be seen again.
Well, I never saw it on TV over here, Rex, and I didn't know nothing about it.
And I was extremely young. I had totally forgotten about it till I was, till I saw something recently on it.
I didn't know anything about it until about a year ago.
I do plan to get the first 10 episodes that are on DVD. I first reported it as because the documentary, the Julie Newmar, there's a very good Julie Newmar documentary on YouTube that you can watch.
Right.
Wow.
And I highly recommend it. And it does mention that show. And I said, oh, I remember that. But now on there, they said that it's never been released on disc. And yet since then, I have a DVD, and the company that did that DVD actually in their advertisement advertised the DVD for the DVD set for that. I guess the first.
Yeah, they might have done like a copy from somewhere,
Yeah. Well, the first 10 episodes do exist, but after that, the rest have been done away with, destroyed, I guess.
Right.
Okay. So my number 10, least favorite, is all audio, and that's The Massacre. And that was with Steven, the first Doctor, and what was her name? That she was in the Celestial Toy Maker with Steven.
Vicky?
Who?
It wasn't Vicky, was it?
No, it wasn't Vicky. It was after Vicky. She's the one that wore the little cap,
Yeah.
She left in War Machine, I think it was.
Oh, Wendy Padbury.
Yeah, but no, not Wendy.
No. Not sure.
Okay. All right. Anyway, The Massacre. It was set in the 1500s, I think. It was a historical one.
Yeah.
What's she doing? But yeah, I have that on the audio. That's pretty good audio. But that's my least favorite in my top 10. Okay, number 9 for you, Texas Dave.
Well, number 9 for me is the Dalek Master Plan.
Okay. Well, now I will say this. That is somewhere on my list.
Mm.
And that's the only Dalek one. And the reason being, I gave it a pass. I did like the kind of, some of that. I do
Mm.
have that on CD, which is a
Right.
big set, and it's an expensive set for
Mm-hmm.
if you get an original release, BBC release of it. I think I paid about $85 for it years ago,
Right.
a few years ago. Um, let's see. It's almost easier to tell you my favorites and go down the list than my least favorite. But
Yeah.
I guess after my number 9 would be probably the Time Meddler.
Right.
Probably the Time Meddler.
Mm-hmm.
Hartnell was missing out of a lot of those episodes.
Mm.
He went on vacation. Although you didn't know it because he pre-recorded his voice, so you just didn't see him in the
Well,
episode.
that's it.
They did things like that. Now,
Yeah, they
one
did.
thing I do like about the Time Meddler, you get to find out for the very first time there's more than one time traveler in TARDIS.
That's true.
And an actress makes her reappearance as one of the natives that was in the very first one in the cave. Remember the cave woman that had the
Yeah.
blacked out tooth in the very first one?
Yeah.
That was sort of the the chief's daughter that was going to marry the guy that made fire.
Mm.
Very grubby looking. Well, she was in there too and had a very sweet scene with the first Doctor, which that was cool to see her make a reappearance,
Mm.
in Doctor Who. One of the first reappearances of an actor or an actress in Doctor Who. I did like that part about it. But
Yeah.
that would probably be number okay, so let me number these two. The Massacre
Good
was
idea.
10, and for me, and the Time Meddler was probably 9. Okay, what's number 8 for you, brother?
Well, number 8 for me is the Time Meddler.
Is the time.
So there
So
you
that was
go.
fairly low on your list. Why?
Yeah. Just I don't know. It was okay, but there was some bits that just seemed a bit slow.
Yeah.
Like kind of a bit kind of not too much action, maybe.
It's kind of like a pseudo historical, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Time Meddler kind of makes it a pseudo.
yeah. I mean, I always preferred the more sort of sci-fi ones and alien menace ones compared
Now
to
the
some of the
Time
historical
Meddler
ones.
makes another appearance. Was that in
Right.
Dalek's master plan?
I think it might be.
I think it was. He
Yeah,
actually
I think it might
in one
be.
of the later episodes or two.
Yeah.
He's in it, and they go to ancient Egypt. Remember that?
That's right.
And Doctor Who Hartnell actually wears like a white fedora hat
Mm-hmm.
in that one, which is quite smart.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 8 for me would probably be probably another historical, The Reign of Terror,
Mm-hmm.
where they go back to. Although that's a pretty good one on audio and on video. They go back to the time of France. I'll put that at number 8. That's a good solid 8. Reign of Terror. Okay, what about number 7 for you?
Right, number 7 for me is the Romans.
The Romans. Now that's kind of like a comedy.
It is a
lot of
bit.
people say. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. They go back to ancient Roman times.
Yeah, but there again, another kind of historical one, and I wasn't really a big fan of the historical ones myself, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, writings kind of dipped on the historical ones where they.
Yeah, they did a bit.
But that was kind of Sydney's, the producer of it, that came up with it.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that was
educate children, right?
That was the whole idea of it. To be fair,
mm-hmm.
It
was not necessarily in the children's division, but kind of the BBC's drama, right, Doctor?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but it was made for children, but it was part of the drama department.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're talking about the first Doctor, you know, the first you can't really say producer. Well, I guess producer. She was producer, right?
Yeah,
First woman producer, and probably one of the first foreign directors too, right?
I think so.
From India.
Hmm.
So it was kind of a mix. You know, it was
Yeah, I think
nobody
it
thought it
was.
would be a success, and it took
I,
off.
I think it was Sydney Newman, wasn't it?
Sydney
Sydney
Newman,
Newman.
right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's it.
Okay, so you told me you're 7. The Romans. My Romans is
Yeah.
on there as well. Um, I'd have to put the Romans there at 7 too, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I do like Hartnell kicks ass in that on the fight scene
Yeah.
when he's like in his room and he's trying to be assassinated.
Hmm.
Well, he's not trying to be, but he's going after him. He actually wraps that guy up in a sheet and he kicks his butt. Not bad for
Hmm.
an old man. That's really
Not
the
bad.
first. That's really the first time that you really see Hartnell really kick somebody's ass. That he could
Hmm.
be, kind of an action star, because that was kind
Yeah.
of left up to his companion, right? Ian.
Usually, most of the
Yes, sir.
time it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He, of course, Patrick Troughton was kind of his own action guy. Really didn't need,
Yeah.
uh, you know, an action guy. Okay, how about your number 6? We're getting down to the nub here.
Yeah. Well, my number 6 is the War Machines.
The War Machine. Now, I will say this: I do like the War Machine. That is set in present day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It was set in London, wasn't it?
That's where they pick up Polly and
Ben.
Ben, the Navy
Ben.
guy. Yeah.
That's right.
Uh, and they they actually cross over as companions to the second Doctor.
Hmm. They do
Uh,
indeed.
in the Power of the Daleks.
Hmm.
I did like Polly. She was still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a looker, man.
She was.
Did
Yeah.
you ha-
I think.
did you like Zoe and some of the other like Polly? Did you like man, they're beautiful, as
Yeah.
kids. Some of the
I thought Zoe looked quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially that one where she's clinging to the console and they're spinning
That's
around.
right.
You see
Yeah.
that
It's a
tight out,
revolver, isn't it? Yeah. That's right.
that tight, sparkly outfit. That's
Yeah.
scandalous.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, you get to see her ass, her bum, right?
Yeah.
Quite prominently in the camera. It's kind of
Yeah.
shocking for 60s TV, to tell you the truth.
Absolutely.
But they were doing worse than James Bond and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Pussy Galore. Whoa. Okay. Hi, I'm Plenty. I bet you are.
That's right. Yeah. They came up with some names, didn't they?
Yeah. Okay, so that was your number 6.
Yeah.
My number 6. Hmm. I probably have to say the Daleks Master Plan, because I'm not a big fan of the Daleks, but one reason it's a 12-parter.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot that goes on in that, and you get a lot of
True.
and compared to
True.
the others, and Daleks should be in there somewhere. Um,
Well, yeah.
so yeah, I'm gonna say 6 on that. It's 12-parter. There's some good thing. I do have the audio to that. Uh, I think, haven't they released that on, all animated?
Uh,
I think
which one's that again?
Daleks Master Plan.
Uh,
I think it's been
yeah.
all
I think it
animated.
is.
Yeah, I have
It,
that.
I think it
So
is.
that's pretty cool. You get to see some of the visuals, although they're kind of, not
Yeah.
the best that they could be. Okay, how about number 5 for you? We're getting down to the top 5 now.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
number
how
5 for
exciting.
me is the Ark.
The Ark. The Ark did not make my top 10.
Did it not?
That same girl, the same companions in there that we couldn't
Yeah.
think about with Steven. Can't
Yeah.
think about her name. That's pretty sad. We can't. She's the forgettable one. She's always been forgettable for me. Although she was cute. She was cute.
Hmm.
Um, The Ark did not make mine. So that's your number 5. Wow, that does rank up there quite high. Why?
I just like the story. I just
Yeah,
like the story, and
yeah, it's neat that they like visit a time and then visit the same culture like 500 years later. I think it is right.
yeah, I think it is.
You
It's
get
a
to
while
see the
since
changes.
it's a while since I've watched it. To be fair,
And there is bug-eyed monster, what Sydney called a beam, a bug-eyed monster.
BEM.
They
That's
they
it.
were like one-eyed
Yeah.
green flora looking things, creatures.
Mhm.
Happy birthday. Can't stay. We're getting hit. Okay.
Oh,
Thanks for coming in, Kate, and hitting the like. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like. Help the channel out where you can. Okay, so that was your number 5. My number 5
85
is going to
plus
be,
wind gusts, Rex.
huh?
85 plus wind gusts
Oh,
on
wow.
Kate's last message in Orlando.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like a tornado to me. Is
Or
it?
a hurricane. They're
Or a
in Florida.
hurricane? Yeah,
Yeah.
could be, could be.
They are hurricane prone.
Right.
Yeah, it was quite gusty here. It's still quite windy
Right.
here, but it's not been like really gusty like it has been earlier today, throughout the day actually. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we got rain yesterday. I don't know if any rain today or not. It's
Well,
already warm.
we've had days of rain over the past couple of weeks. Days of it.
You can tell I'm putting a lot of thought into this, Dave, because I mean, I really do adore some of these stories. These are the top 10.
That's
Um,
it.
so it can be hard to pick, especially when you don't have the visuals. You just
Yeah,
have the audio. Um,
that's true.
but the second Doctor is going to be harder for me because there's a few audio that I don't have. So I'm not even,
Come on.
so there's unexplored Doctor Who I haven't even explored on
Mm.
audio yet.
Well, likewise for me.
Yeah, but you saw them when they came out.
I did, but it's a
But
long
now
time
that's been
ago.
a long time ago, the memory.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my
Yep.
number 5 has to be, all right, I already know what my number 1's going to be.
So do I.
Yeah. God, I adore that. I'm doing some of this from memory. God, this is hard. Sorry, I'm not better prepared. I should have already had these down, numbered and everything. I didn't know, but since you've got yours, I'm going to do mine. I'll be better prepared next time. Okay, all right. Number 5, I'm going to say The Rescue, which was a 2-parter.
Okay.
That's where Vicky comes on board. I think it has the top number 1 atmospheric in the second episode because the creature is so cool. It's only a man in a costume, but the creature is so cool in The Rescue.
That's it.
That's what makes it for me. And Vicky coming on board, but now when he goes to confront the guy, that's probably the number 1, standoffish. I'm the hero of the show. I'm Doctor Who. I'm calling you out. And atmosphere. Just where he was. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I almost hate to put it at number 5. But I would say The Rescue, number 5. So moving on. What about your number 4 pick?
Well, my number 4 is the Celestial Toy Maker.
Wow. I figured you would pick that. That didn't
Did
even
you?
make my that didn't even make my list. Number 4
Yeah.
for me. I'm going to say the 10th planet. And I really do like the 10th planet because it is the regeneration, first appearance of the Cybermen. They
True.
are the creepiest version of the Cybermen, I think.
Mhm.
Again, Hartnell wasn't in a lot of those because he was sick, or he was on a holiday, I think. Or
Yeah, I'm
sick
not
or
sure.
something.
He might have been
Yeah.
not so well at one point. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So I'm going to put 10th planet at number 4. Of course, that's got to have a, if you like the first Doctor like I do, his last appearance, it's got to be pretty special. Plus it, you get to see Patrick Troughton, him
Yeah.
regenerate for the very first time. Okay. What's number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me is the Web Planet.
Wow. Okay. That did not even make my list.
Did it not? No.
They put Vaseline on it's very innovative, very
Yeah.
theatrical, very almost ballet like.
Yeah, they kind of made some of the filming like a little bit blurry, like you say, like so
unearthly.
A bit sort of ethereal, I think was the word I'm
Yeah,
looking for.
they are very on a ethereal, mysterious planet with like
Yeah.
sulfuric acid ponds and
Yeah.
atmosphere, and they put those vests on to breathe with, and
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of interesting. I really did adore Ian Chesterton.
Yeah.
Number 3. What have we got left? Have I done 3? 1, 2, 3.
No, I don't think you've done 3 yet.
7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I got 10 here. How am I coming up short?
I don't know.
I got a 10. I got a 9. I got an 8. I got a 7. I got a
Only
6. I got a 5. A 4. But I've only got 2. Oh, I know what. I put my number 1. I put my number 1 by those things.
Holy moly, Kate. 85 to the wind gust.
Yeah, I was thinking
batten down the hatches, darling. Holy
that's quite strong, is that, If it's 85 miles, is that 85 mile an hour?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to change.
That's strong.
That's damn near hurricane speeds.
Yeah.
That is. I'm going to change.
Lock up tight there.
I'm going to change my number 1 pick to number 3.
Oh, okay.
And that's the Smugglers.
Right.
If you like a good pirate smuggling, story, Smugglers, I hope they actually found 2 episodes like was reported. I don't know if that's a hoax or what, but I really hope they did. But I'm going to change my number 1 to 3. When I first started, I put that as number 1. I really do like the Smugglers. So your number 2 pick.
My number 2 is the Daleks.
Okay, so that's the number 2 story, and the number 1 story for making them popular. That's when it really took off.
That's
with the
right.
Kids and the adults and everything.
Because obviously the Daleks, that was the first time that they appeared in the second story. So it was quite a memorable thing when you watched it for the first time when you were a kid,
Number 2. This might be a surprise to you. The Myth Makers. Vicky's last story as a companion.
Right.
The Myth Makers, Shadowhawk, is the story of Troy with the wooden horse. So they go back to ancient Troy. And what was that war called? The Trojan War? There we go.
I think it was.
Yes, the Trojan War.
All right, your number 1 pick, Dave.
My number 1 pick has to be An Unearthly Child.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what started it off.
It is.
kind of weird. I mean, the caveman and all that. I mean, yes, the first episode, An Unearthly Child, is set in modern day.
Yeah.
1963.
That's right.
And then they go, at the end, they go into time.
Yeah.
And wind up in prehistoric times in the next episode.
That's right.
All right, number one. And I know you said you don't like, I almost gave it away. You don't like historicals that well. I would say most of the audience do the view numbers probably, but now some of the ones that I had a lot of, all right, you could say the Time Meddler is kind of a pseudo historical going back to Viking times.
Yeah.
So I've got that on my list. The Reign of Terror, going back to the revolutionary times of France is another historical. The Romans is kind of a pseudo historic. It's kind of a historical. So a lot of these first Doctors are, for me, are historical. The Massacre is a historical one. The Smugglers, I would call is a historical one, going back to 1700, 1600 England, something like that, 1700. The Myth Makers with Troy is a historical, and my number one is historical. So most of my favorite Hartnells are historicals. So we really differed on our top 10.
We did.
Number one for me, watched it several times. Really, what was the other companion? You had Susan, you had Ian Chesterton, and the other teacher was, can't even think of her name. I need to watch more Doctor
Who. Yeah.
Susan? No. That was her grand. You don't know.
Barbara?
Barbara. Yes, Barbara. That was the Aztecs.
Yeah.
That's when she took the leading role of the show.
That's right.
Yeah, and became kind of like the queen of the Aztecs, the goddess of the Aztecs.
That's right.
Yeah, I would call the Aztecs probably my number one. I really haven't, I just like ink and culture, and and that's, you get down to the top 5, that's kind of hard, really. So to recap, your number one was what?
An Unearthly Child.
Okay, mine was the Aztecs, and your number 2 was
the Daleks,
and mine was the Myth Makers. Your number 3 was
the Web Planet,
and mine was the Smugglers. Your 4th one,
the Celestial Toymaker.
10th Planet for me, his very last one. Your 5th one,
the Ark,
and mine was the Rescue. Your 6th one,
the War Machines.
That's a good one, but I didn't even make my list. I did think about it. The Daleks Master Plan for me. Your 7th one,
my 7th was the Romans,
and we did agree on that one. The Romans, number 7 for me as well. Number 8,
the Time Meddler.
Mine was Reign of Terror, and your number 9.
Yeah, that was the Dalek Master Plan.
And mine was the Time Meddler.
Right.
And your number 10?
My number 10 was The Edge of Destruction.
And mine was the Massacre. So, yeah, we differed some. I think we both had the Romans in the top 10.
Yeah.
We both had the Time Meddler. We both had the Daleks Master Plan in there somewhere. Really surprised that you didn't have at least the 10th Planet in there, the first Cybermen story.
Yeah, I did think about it, but I did prefer the Dalek ones myself,
Yeah, well, there's some that you had on your list that I kind of thought about, that. Now, why did you like the Celestial Toymaker?
Well, I like that one because it was just so weird.
Yeah,
it was just so weird, and
it was probably terrifying as a kid, right? With clowns.
It was.
Yeah,
it was, because I'd only be about 10 or 11 at the time.
Dodo was her name.
That's it.
The companion.
That's right.
Dodo. Can you believe I couldn't think of that, Shadowhawk? Or a companion named Dodo, like the bird.
That's right.
Oh well, but I thought of it ultimately.
You did.
If I get some Doctor Who.
I don't ever remember hearing of Dodo.
Well, she wasn't around a lot. She was in the Ark, like you
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah.
She
Well,
was
this is
in.
all First Doctor, right? So this is
Yes,
very
it
Oh,
is.
First
Yeah.
Doctor.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right. So most of this is before my time.
yeah. Now, now next week. You think we can do it next week?
I reckon we can.
We
Yeah.
could do the second Doctor, and
Yeah.
we'll eventually get to Tom Baker. Now that's going to be a wild one, man, because he did it for 7 years.
I know. There's a lot of episodes.
I bet you Genesis of the
I
Daleks
can
probably.
actually throw in a few on that.
Can you?
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Why not,
Yeah.
Shadow?
Tom Baker was my doctor, man. That was
Well,
what I
yeah,
watched.
he would be the one. He would be the one that you grew up with, Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I watched some limited amounts of Hartnell. I like John Pertwee,
yeah.
but I didn't get to see a lot of them.
You
But
didn't like Patrick Troughton, the hobo, too well with the
no, I
BBC?
didn't. He just reminded me too much of like Shemp or Mo
Yeah, it
from
was too goofy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
When Jamie
but yeah,
when Fraser Hine came on board, they did kind of go for comedy, as
yeah,
a team.
yeah. That was later.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, well, Tom Baker was kind of comedic too, but he was
Oh yeah. Yeah.
he
As
was
only Tom Baker
very
can be.
off the wall comedic,
He was, yeah.
and
And
kind of a
it
little
really he
scary
was
while he was being funny.
and
It's
really
like
just like you, Shadowhawk, he was my doctor. He was the one that I watched the most. He was really the only one you got to see on PBS. It was the only thing that I really caught broadcast.
oh
There
yeah, dude,
was
yeah.
there was a short time, maybe in 1975. I'm thinking the year was where they showed UFO again on Saturday
Mhm.
mornings, which was kind of odd. And they also started showing some Doctor Who.
Mm.
And they started out, I believe, which this was really odd because by then color TV had come in
Mhm.
and they were showing the first Doctor in black and white. They were showing, um, the second Doctor after that in black and white. And then maybe even some of the Partridges hadn't been colorized yet. I don't know if those were in black and white. Seems like the one they picked out was probably in color.
Mm.
So I think it did make a shift there. But I almost totally forgot that there on Saturdays they showed like one story of Hartnell, one story of Patrick Troughton, and I watched it, but I was scratching my head trying to wrap my head around it. Um, that actually was before I discovered Tom Baker. Before Tom Baker became Pertwee
Right.
was probably the current Doctor when that showed in '75. Um,
Mm.
although
Yeah.
I think was it '75? I think is when Tom Baker actually came on as the
Yeah,
Doctor.
it'd be something
The
like
Mhm.
robot.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I ended up seeing like probably half of the last of Pertwee's season,
Hmm.
and then he regenerated into Tom Baker. And I mean, I watched pretty much everything Tom Baker did for the first,
I will supply you with
well,
a
his first
list.
run anyway. When
I
he
will
came back a
supply you.
couple times later, but I didn't get to see those.
I will supply you with the list, Shadowhawk, for uh Tom Baker years, so that you can better remember.
Oh, dude, he had so many good episodes. He had the Master, he had the Cyberman, he had the
Hmm.
Daleks, he had every fucking body.
But he didn't have Roger Delgado, and he was the best master, I think.
Mm.
Well, maybe, yeah. He did have
I think
Romana, Sarah, second Romana.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. Now, on the second Doctor, uh, so what we've got to pick from, Dave, is the Power of the Daleks,
Mhm.
which don't think there's any footage of any episodes of that, is there?
Don't think so.
But it's
Oh
been
wow.
fully animated. And
Yeah.
when that episode turned 50 years, let's see, what year would that have been? That would have been, let me look at my list here. So it came out in 66. So in 2016,
Right.
the BBC showed the animated.
Hmm.
Do you remember
So
that?
they so they did salvage the audio. It's just the video
The
disappeared.
audio is salvaged on every Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
not done
cool.
away with.
That's
Okay.
right.
They
It,
had the audio to every Doctor Who, but now
and
there's
they had all the tele snaps as well.
and telly snaps. Okay,
Yeah.
All right,
in
that's the stuff
some
we've
cases
seen,
though,
like
telly
that they
snaps
made
weren't
the
taken.
card sets out of, Dave.
It was just I think there was somebody there sort of just taking loads of snaps of the episodes while they were filming them, you see,
While
at the
they're
time.
filming.
Right,
Yeah,
right. But
hmm
Yeah.
I think
and
some
they
of
can
those
kind
got
of
used
piece it
for like
together
the
with the
Doctor
script.
Who trading
Yeah,
cards.
some of them did. Some of them did,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Um, and then we have, so that was exciting since I've been watching Doctor Who that they animated. Well, how many episodes? They animated 6 episodes.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
Kind of a lengthy one. Uh, and they did and they released it on disc with a black and white. And I think on the BBC America they showed you the black and white.
Yeah,
But now on the
because I know
DVD you get the color.
that's
Huh?
right. Because on the latest one that I got, there was a color disc and a black and white disc.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
hey, good stuff. And Mrs. Good Stuff, hear me out. Doctor Who got his degree in Whoville. Yeah. Hit
Yeah.
that like button. Be a man. Yeah. Yo, yo, Shadow. Good stuff says.
Yo, what's up, good stuff?
What's up, Texas?
Yeah.
Um, okay. And then Fraser Hines' first one, The Highlanders.
Yeah.
Um, I have the audio to that, so I have heard that. The Underwater Menace, The Moon Base, that's the second appearance of
Hey,
the
Mrs. G.
Cybermen, The Micro Terror, which is now animated, The Faceless Ones, which is animated, The Evil of the Daleks. I'll probably have to go listen to that again just to get
Mm.
a hold on that one. The Tomb of the Cybermen, which was thought lost for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
And then they
dun.
found it. The Abominable
Oh, cool.
Snowmen, which has been
Animated.
animated. Uh, but now there's one episode that survives, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
The ice and you can find that on what I do with it. Here it is on the Lost in Time. If you
Yeah.
like the Lost episodes, the Lost in Time collection is
Yeah.
what you want to check out because this
Yeah.
has
I've got a
it's
similar version over here.
yeah, and I may have the other version of it back there as well.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the best sets they ever released. Because that stuff hasn't been seen because it's
I believe,
incomplete.
by the way, well, I remember the next Doctor Who DVD release is going to be the Celestial Toymaker animated.
I believe you're right on that one. That will
Mm.
be an interesting one. They're going to have to animate that. There's one surviving
Um,
episode, right?
Look at what
Yeah.
I'm smoking
Just
today.
one.
Then one that I really like, the Ice Warriors, which is the first appearance of the Ice Warriors, right?
Hmm.
The Enemy of the World, which was fully found since I've
Yeah.
been
Jolly Gold.
collecting 6
Yeah.
episodes.
That's right.
That one's kind of grown on me.
Mm.
Where he plays a dual role. Patrick
Yeah.
Troughton plays the enemy of the world, plays the bad guy and the good guy, Doctor
He
Who.
played both parts quite well, I thought.
The Web of Fear, and which has the abominable snowmen again in it, and with they're robots.
Yeah.
And spoilers, Fury from the Deep, which has been animated now,
Hmm.
which must have been very scary as a kid to watch.
Yeah.
It's almost like demonic possession, isn't it?
It is.
The Will and Spice. Now that's where Zoe comes on board.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Will and Spice, I think, is out there. I have not. I've seen the one surviving episode.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some tie-in stuff I've seen, but I don't think I've listened to it. So I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't remember too much about that one myself at the minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the audio for that for sure. Only one surviving episode of that. The Dominators, the Mine Robber, the Invasion. That's probably gonna be on both our lists. Just saying. The Crotons, the Seed of Death. That's definitely, that may be my number one. It's going to be in the top 5, I tell you. That's again the ice.
Do they appear on a salad?
It is.
The Space Pirates. I've seen the episodes. I've listened to the audio. And the Second Doctor's last one, which will probably make my top 10 for sure, the War Games.
Yeah.
That was a lengthy one. That had 10 episodes.
That was. I think that was about 10 episodes, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to kind of call that a historical in a way.
Yeah, sort of.
They have Roman soldiers. They have World War I fighters.
Yeah.
Civil War fighters. It's kind of a pseudo historical.
It's kind of a mixed bag, that one.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. It's, you know, but in the cookies, in Mac garlic cookies, I don't know the lineage. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. A little bit of the herb there. Love me some Mac. Yeah. Smoking sour diesel today. Wow. Okay. Is there one actually called a sour diesel? Wow.
Yeah.
I could go Mac and tea. Okay, so here we go.
Smoking Gorilla Grape.
So this is my DVD.
I do not have that, but okay, here is the American version of that, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Different to mine.
Yep, different.
Yeah.
Definitely the American versions are different. Unfortunately, this one doesn't play. I bought it off eBay.
No.
It doesn't play. But I have this story, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a total loss because I got the package, you know, the single. Because this was in the very first Doctor Who collection I bought, you know, which was the 3. The Destruction one that you had on your top 10, the Daleks story. But now I wanted a single of that because it's the very first one.
Well, this is the back cover to it.
Yeah, and yours has the little pamphlet book in it. As
it does. Yeah. There you go. That's the inside of it.
It's fancy.
Well, some that we didn't mention, the Keys of Marinus. The Keys of Marinus was one that we didn't mention. That was, you know, kind of nice. You got to see Doctor Who in a courtroom drama.
Yeah.
In that.
That's true.
Look at this, Dave. This might be a treat for you. And this was my number 1 pick. You got the Aztecs as it originally came out in the American version, where they go back to ancient Aztec.
Yeah.
Although the sets and everything are a little wobbly, you know, for sure. And then you got the special edition that has additional material that they came out with later.
That's right, they did.
So there's both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have both versions. Special edition. Gotta have it.
Well, my next one is the Chase. Not the Chase.
See, neither one of us said the Chase, did
not
we?
The Chase. I meant the Daleks.
The Daleks, yeah. Well, the Chase is another one we did not, you know, make our cut. Another one, and this was when I bought this. This was the only one in the state,
right,
that Barnes and Noble could order for me. I had to get it from the Capitol, from Little Rock, Arkansas. They sent it. The Censor Rights.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where they explore Susan's mental powers.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Sensorites. That's kind of wild. That didn't make our cut.
Sounds
Got
pretty
another
great.
one?
What?
Got another one there, Handy?
Yeah.
The Edge of Destruction. Yep.
Yeah. There you go. That's the back cover.
I had that in the triple collection, as I said. Oh, I like that too. Life Out Loud used to be my fave. I had garlic cookies, so good. Good stuff. Says. Oh yeah, GSC. Yeah.
That's
all right,
my next one.
Oh, the Keys to Marinus. Yeah. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that differs from the packaging that I had.
Mm-hmm.
One that I had on my list, what was that? Number 8 on my list is Reign of Terror, which deals with the French Revolution. This was one of the very first one they animated an episode in.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with Doctor Who animation, it's like,
yeah.
What you think, Dave? Some of
Very
it's up,
much.
some of it's down.
Yeah. It's true.
Something that didn't make our cut, Dave. Planet of the Giants.
Yeah.
And Hartnell was Doctor Who from 1963 to 1966.
This is my next one.
The Aztecs, yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the special edition.
I'd have to go. Yeah, I'd have to look. Yeah, special edition. Some of those come out of special editions are only offered in Australia, Dave.
Are they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Now I'm really surprised that this didn't make either one of our cuts, to tell you the truth, Dave. It's a biggie on people's in modern day London. The Daleks invade. It was made into Peter Cushing movie.
That's right.
The Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Yeah.
And did you even consider Peter Cushing? I didn't.
Which
was a remake of the Daleks and the Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Yeah, they kind of just did a remake of it, didn't they, for the first movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Peter Cushing did quite a good job of it, though.
Yeah, there's your version of the Sensorites.
Sensorites. This is a UK one. There for you.
Well, it's not a real popular one, so I'm not surprised that there was only one in my state. And that's only because it didn't sell. It'd probably been sitting there a while. They were probably glad I ordered that one. And then your Terror, Reign of Terror.
Yeah.
I do like the packaging better on yours.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some of these back here, but just didn't pull them out. I was just pulling the American ones. I'll leave that. Glenn Fleming. It's that Czech guy again.
Hi, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Is that who? Is that what? What's Glenn saying there?
He says, is that Jack guy again?
No, it's Jock. He means me being Scottish.
Oh, Jock guy. Oh, Jock. Okay. I read it as Jack. I'm sorry. So we got season 2 here, the collection.
Yeah, this is on Blu-ray. This is the only one that's been released so far.
Now, did they release that only on Blu-ray?
No, I think they've done it on normal as well. I think.
On
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But that's all the episodes.
I've got to get this. Wow, that's got plenty of the Daleks. Of the Giants, the Dalek Invasion of Earth, the Rescue, the Romans, the Web Planet, the Crusade, the Space Museum, which was kind of a comedy too. The Chase, a sort of a satirical and the Time Meddler. So yeah, good. And then it's got a lot of behind the scenes and commentaries and stuff.
It does.
I do like commentaries and stuff. Come on, Rex, keep up. I'm trying. All right, my next one to show, Dave, is a twofer. Since the Rescue was only 2 episodes, and the Romans kind of was like, I think 4 episodes. So altogether it kind of makes 6. You got the rescue Vicky's first one, and the Romans her second adventure with the Doctor. And look at that creature, man. That's one of the best early Doctor Who creatures, I think. It's only a guy. Well, spoilers. It's only a guy in a suit, but it's a very scary suit.
That's true.
And like I say, the second one was very atmospheric. And Doctor Who was very heroic in that. Oh wow! Now I have not seen this, the
Right.
Dalek Master Plan. So do they do the whole thing from telesnaps, except for the one surviving episode?
I think that's what they've done.
Okay.
It's been partially reconstructed. It says on the back.
Okay. Now have you had this one for a while?
I've had it for a while.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that. I did not know that was out. They do have. I think they're gonna animate that, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a friend of mine who kind of got me this copy. So I don't think I have a family crest. I don't think so. That cool. This is just like a dog rescue.
3 dogs. Thing. Yeah. 3 dog night when you wear it at night.
So it's not a crest as such, really.
Now I got some catching up to do, Dave.
You have.
I think you've already shown this one. Mission to the Unknown. Now that's it's a 1 episode thing. And it doesn't exist anymore. Is that just a filler?
Yeah, it's another sort of copy. Yeah.
Okay. Was the other a copy? The Dalek Master Plan? Was that what?
Yes, it was.
A fill-in. Yes, okay, so they make the cases for the ones that are missing. Of course, they
I just
had that on audio and that episode too.
Yeah, I just did some, like some covers for some of these.
Here is my web planet. I actually have 2 copies of this. This one was one of the expensive ones till they started reissuing it.
Right.
I mean, this one was high up there, folks. I like never. In fact, I think this was the last First Doctor story I got because it was so pricey. But when prices went down, I gave $21.17 for that original issue, which came out in I think that says 2006, a while back, almost 20 years ago. This one, $8.23. Second copy. And the case is better. It's tight. This one's kind of wavered. I actually paid more for the wavery one.
I'm just reading Glenn's comments, so I'm just going to show. I'm just going to show this again. This is the cover to the latest issue.
Thus it will remain. Well, I mean, are you a Doctor Who hater? I know you're not. Come on.
Well,
cool. What's on it? The Time Meddler.
Yeah.
The American version, where they go back to, you get to meet another Time Lord and TARDIS, and they go back to Viking times.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's set in England, isn't it? The Vikings are coming into England.
I think so.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So there's the latest issue of Comics Unlimited.
Drawn by Glenn, by the way, the front cover.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's excellent.
So just thought I'd show you that.
Okay.
This is my next one.
The art. Yep. And there's the one-eyed creature. Doesn't really show up good there. And Dodo, we couldn't think of her name.
Yeah. So it's another copy cover. So
let's see the back of that one. Let's see if we can see the little pictures. Maybe not. Yeah, they're very small. But yeah, you see the one-eyed, bug-eyed monsters there. Yeah, that was a pretty nice story, I must say. But just didn't make my top 10. Okay, all right. Now I'm caught up because here's my arc. My American arc. Maybe you can see the bug-eyed monster there a little better on that one, on the coloring. Yeah. So they were like one-eyed, creatures. It's interesting that they cover the covers here, but it's all in black and white.
This is another
As
one
you
I
well
have.
know. The Gunfighters, yeah, Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right on par here, dude. Look at this. The Gunfighters. Dun, dun, dun. A shootout at the OK Corral.
Yeah. Same cover as I've got, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. This has an actor in it that was one of the voices in Gary Anderson's Thunderbirds Go.
Yeah, that's right. David Graham.
Yeah, he's in this. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And he's been in a lot of American things. He was in James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Good character actor. Just
There's
passed
another
away a
one
little
I've got.
bit ago. War Machine, yeah. I don't think, yeah. Oh, okay. So there's the UK packaging.
Yeah.
And here is the American packaging.
Yeah, very similar again.
Yeah. Now with the UK packaging, you can swap the paper insert out. It's actually printed double-sided. That's one thing I like about that, Dave.
Yeah, not this one. It's not.
Not that one. Okay. All right. I know some of them. Maybe I'm thinking of the Australian ones.
Yeah, I know some of them were
double-sided ones.
I know some of them were double-sided, but
and then I don't know if you've got your copy, but yeah, man, we're at the end of the Doctor and the first regeneration, first Cybermen. Look at those clunky outfits.
Yeah.
But now they had human hands. That ski mask look, it was scary. Even as an adult. I mean, replacing human parts with mechanical parts. You know, soulless cybernetic men. You know, cyborgs.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
And then they kind of went with the robot look. And I do like that, but you know, I don't know. It's body horror to me, you know? And they're kind of hard to understand, like the Daleks, too. Their voices being mechanized.
That's
but yeah,
true.
10th planet, end of the first Doctor. That made number 4, but it's really high up there, you know?
Yeah, this is another copy again.
Okay.
That's my one.
Mm-hmm. And this is probably one that I probably have back there in the very same thing. And I when it comes to the UK ones, I really do have, and I try and get the original issues, you know, because they have eased up, and really that's brought the price down on some of the American versions, which I'm very, you know, I like War Machine. Wasn't that Patrick Troughton's last one? Wasn't it called War Machine? I'm forgetting. Yeah, War Games. I have 2 copies of that, and that was very expensive. I think I paid $50 for that. Yeah, now there's Galaxy 4 that came out a few months ago, fully animated. Galaxy 4 just really didn't make any of our top 10.
No.
It's not that great, but it's okay. You know, isn't Vicky in that one too?
I think so.
Yeah, Vicky's in that one. I did like Vicky as
a she is. Yeah, she is.
I kind of like Vicky. You know, she's in 2 stories that I really like, which is the Myth Makers, which is totally lost every episode, but you get the audio. I can't believe I put the Smugglers at number 3 over the Aztec, but maybe if the visuals, if I had the visuals, maybe I'd like it more. And but now story wise, I don't know, man. It's Smugglers I really enjoy on audio, just like the Myth Makers. So my number 1 and 2 and 3 is Aztec, Myth Makers, and the Smugglers. So it's interesting that we agreed on 2 or 3, but that's all. So we really differed on the Hartnell years. But now there was a lot of episodes that neither you nor I picked at all.
That's true.
We totally like the Keys of Marinus and, you know, the Crusade.
Yeah.
Which you can get the Toy Maker episode and you can get the Crusade episode here. Or did you even have Marco Polo in your top 10?
No.
See, why? Do you not remember the story, or
I don't remember too much about it, to be fair.
Yeah, but now the sets, if they ever rediscover that thing, my God, you would have 11, 12 million people watching that thing. Doctor Who,
yeah,
as long as there's still some old Doctor Who fans out there, found classic. I think it would hold up. Let's see. Looking here, we got the 10th planet even on this. Got the Daleks' master plan on here. The smugglers, which are I think from telesnaps.
Yeah.
Or very surviving footage may have been like stuff on the cutting room that's only like Crusades on here from episode 1 and 3. Audio for Moonbase. Some of the stuff was actually discovered later, even after this came out, I think. So, here's, nothing to drink here, but here's to them finding some of the lost classics of Doctor
Absolutely.
Who. I would love to see some new Doctor Who surface. And they said some that they found 4 episodes of the second Doctor and four episodes of the first Doctor. I don't know if that's true.
Nope.
I know that the BBC's kind of monkeyed around and said, yeah, this, and then it didn't materialize. So I don't know. The first Doctor Who grabs you by the throat and throws your head first in the action. I don't know about that.
Yeah. That might be a little overboard.
I thought it was a little slow, even when you got to the caveman part. And I think some of the best moments are when they don't give it away, which is hard to do in a serial. I think they achieved that in The Rescue when it's all atmospheric. I think they did that in the Daleks when you didn't know, the plunger just coming towards, she's screaming.
That's right.
I think it's when it's left on a cliffhanger and you don't know what it is when probably Doctor Who's the scariest. Because it really is a cliffhanger series.
Absolutely.
Some episodes.
I mean, it was kind of built that way.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's actually an official Marco Polo. Well, I take that back. There might be, but the BBC audio release of Marco Polo, I think it's just got like maybe a book cover, which is unusual because usually Marco Polo differs from all my other BBC audio official releases. But I do have Marco Polo. Now, a second Doctor is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think, for me.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah, but not too much. We'll get through it.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. If you start watching a kid, it does. Okay. Yeah, I can get that,
Well, I watched it as a kid.
My first Doctor grabs you. Okay, so what was your first Doctor, Mighty Geek? And you say Marco Polo. I mean, you're not old enough to have seen some of this originally. Marco Polo is only on audio. No surviving, they might do some telesnap reconstruction. Probably in this Lost in Time here collection, which covers the first and second Doctor. I'm very grateful that they've retrieved what they've retrieved. They've animated what they've animated. I think one of the earliest animations was The Invasion, if not the first, which I think
might have been.
will probably be high up on our top 10 list. I don't know about you, but the Invasion's pretty good. Another Cyberman. Oh, another lengthy one, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're running late today. Not really, because we got started early.
Did you?
East Coast appreciates this fact. But we got 2.5 hours, over 2.5 hours in.
Yeah. Well, I was a little bit later in because the cat was on my lap downstairs, so I didn't want to disturb her too early.
No big deal.
So,
Shadowhawk, so you're gonna do what tonight for dinner?
Oh, I think we're just doing leftovers, dude. We get all kinds of stuff in there.
Okay. And yeah, I might take you up on that homemade dough. I could definitely add sauce and toppings and cheese and everything to that. It's really the dough
is the hardest part, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, does that rise like an Italian crust?
Yeah, Mama will do all that. She'll proof it and all that first, and then she'll ball it up and freeze it, and I can send you one like overnight.
You back?
Well, yeah, that's like Adam. Okay. Well, hold off on that.
It'll be fun.
Where I can. Right now, I can't even afford ingredients to put with it. So
don't matter. All you gotta do is throw it in your freezer until you're ready.
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah. The Invasion was good.
Trying to tell me something.
Mighty Geek says reruns of the original series from the 60s. Yeah.
Hello,
of course, where they exist, there's a lot that was destroyed. And it being a series, you just really can't watch one episode and it be satisfying, unless maybe it was the first episode that's saved, right? The star of the story. And often the star of the story is not the meat of the story. So you're not really getting the best story.
No.
In a lot of the series. So it's kind of hit or miss. I mean, I feel, that was what was kind of fun about collecting for me for the last 8 years. It's like, we've discovered the enemy of the world, all the episodes, and it's never been seen by Whovians since it was first broadcast. Underwater World was another one. Is that what?
Underwater Menace. Yeah.
Underwater Menace. They discovered some of that while I've been collecting. So, that was exciting. As I was collecting, I've not even got a complete set yet, and they're discovering new Who. I was like, wow. I snapped that up when it came up.
Yeah, it's got to be really cool.
I was fortunate to have a pretty good paying job, Shadow, where I got paid daily in cash.
Yeah.
So I had money in my pocket 6 days a week. 7 if I didn't spend it all, But that's when I discovered. I must be crazy when I was collecting Doctor Who. I must be crazy. All my money's going to Doctor Who. Some of those, like the Pertrees, were $35 a pop plus tax. I don't know why the Pertrees were so expensive over the other ones, but at Barnes and Noble, I probably could have went online and bought them. I probably didn't. I spent at least cheaper. For the American versions, I spent at least a couple thousand on them. And that's, there was a few episodes that were already out of print and they were expensive to get. Like I said, the Web Planet was the last one I got, and that was after they reissued it, and it kind of went down in price and became affordable. And the Two Doctors was an expensive one to get, Texas Dave, in the American version. It was almost $200, $180 or so. I'm not sure what I gave for mine. I tried to keep what I gave for them so I'd know on resale if I ever decide to resell them. And you don't want to scuffle when you pay that much for a DVD. Certain radio stations had the broadcast rights to Doctor Who radio series. That's cool. Now, see, I would have liked that, kind of like the Shadow and the Spider and all those pulp, sci-fi things that they used to have on the radio. Radio really was theater of the mind. I like that description. Because really, that's all you need is the audio.
It is. You can use your imagination.
Yeah, your imagination is more powerful than anything that anybody can, set down the images or in concrete, and then that it's only one way to but it can be, with audio, it can be a different visual in your mind, you know, at any time. Um, the way you see it as you kind of grow with it, and read, listen to it again and again. Uh, Yeah, I would have loved the opportunity to hear the Doctor Who on radio stations. Some were better than others. Um, I can already tell you, some that will not make on my list. In fact, watching it on DVD, the first 2 or 3 times I fell asleep. That's how it did not grab me. And that's Polly and Ben's last storyline that they were in. You remember what that was?
Not at the minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Let's see. War Games. Okay, that was the last there. All right, where is it? I'm even missing it as I go over it here. Where is it? The Faceless Ones.
Yeah.
That was 6 episodes of, not much. I mean, I would fall asleep on it. It's just, and I still do. Even on the audio, I just had to back it up because I lose track. It just doesn't keep my interest. It never has.
No.
Set in present day, deals with aliens. Dr. Mad Studio. Hello. Hi, folks. Greetings from Britain. Hope you're all well. Yeah.
That's where I am, Mr. Studio Man.
Yeah, you'd never tell it by his accent.
You'd never guess, would you?
No.
No. Sound like
so,
to me.
So not to beat the dead, but to end the broadcast, Texas Dave, one more time, just very quickly, go over your top 10.
Right.
From number 1 to 10.
My number 1 was An Unearthly Child. Number 2, The Daleks. Number 3, The Web Planet. Number 4, The Celestial Toymaker. Number 5, The Ark. Number 6, The War Machines. Number 7, The Romans. Number 8, The Time Meddler. Number 9, The Dalek Master Plan. And number 10, The Edge of Destruction.
Yeah, which is pretty wild because with the Hartnell years, we were vastly divided on what we picked as our top 10. Not in every instance, but it's pretty wild. Now, I did lean on the audio, like for the Myth Makers and the Smugglers and the Massacre, because I have listened to those and did enjoy them. But yeah, you tended to veer away from the historicals, and I leaned into the historicals. I think some of the historicals are some of the best. My top 10 list was the Aztecs, the Myth Makers, the Smugglers, the 10th Planet, Hartnell's last one, and the first Cyberman. Number 5 was the Rescue, Vicky's first episode story. The Daleks Master Plan, because that's such a lengthy one. There's a lot of good stuff in that. I mean, Daleks with flamethrowers. Come on. For the Romans, we agreed on that for a number 7 place. The only one we really did agree with, in the placement, and Reign of Terror, which is another good one. The Time Meddler, we both had that one in there, and the Massacre, another nice historical that's only on audio. Various reasons why I stopped watching it, lost of interest, too many egos in the fandom, and my time with BBC, I think you mean, productions ended on a bad note. Yeah, or maybe it is BBV, I don't know. And that's the ancient history to me now. At least I've got other interests to fall back on. Yeah. I've long since retired from Doctor Who. Last time I watched either was the new or classic series, was back in 2015. I know, I'm opting out of Doctor Who. I refuse to watch the new Doctor Who. they started losing me with the 10th Doctor. Was it the 10th? Capaldi? Maybe it wasn't
Oh,
the
like
10th.
that.
13th
Something
Doctor.
like that.
About Capaldi, yeah. Jodie was a joke and destroyed the canon, and this new Doctor, I don't even want to think about it. I'm very disappointed in David Tennant for becoming the 15th Doctor and putting up with all this woke crap. Um, very disappointed indeed. Um, I think it tarnishes his, Doctor Who persona. Actually,
I gave up on the Doctor a long time ago.
a lot of people did, and a lot of people were never into it. I long since retired from Doctor. Yeah, okay, I read that one. Okay, so let me go over here just real quickly and make sure the good doctor here has a wrench. Waiting for the chat to come up. Okay. And I'm not sure I'm subscribed to his channel. So he's got 4 videos, only 20 subscribers. Dr. Mad Studio. Well, I'm subscribing to you. I will drop your link, if you don't mind, in the chat. So people might go over there and subscribe to your channel, Dr. Mad Studio. He's got
Dr. Mad.
Killer Yoda picture there as his icon. Okay, so there it is. And I will confer on to you. Just give me a second. A wrench, sir. Where am I at? There we go. And now you are a moderator, my friend. We're in good health.
Congratulations on your shiny blue wrench.
Last thoughts, Dave, on anything?
It's all I can say is it's something that I was fortunate enough to grow up with right from the very beginning.
Yeah, and you got to see some TV that will probably never be seen again.
I know.
Because
I was very lucky. I was very lucky.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the Julie Newmar series. And that what blew my mind is that I actually probably watched some of that and it's been gone now. So you would have to hypnotize me and some, a sci-fi thing where a machine just extracts what you've seen through your own eyes, from your brain. And then that would be retrieved.
Tiny slices of your brain.
I'm just a wanderer on YouTube. Well, wander back. We do daily show here, and often I plan on doing more early in the morning so that the UK crowd I can kind of get, and there's a lot of people that go to, and I get good views. Like I said, today's early stream. The average watch time over 30 minutes. So thank you, everyone. That's awesome. Out of, like Shadowhawk says, out of all the millions of channels you could be watching, not only do you watch here, but you watch for a long time on average, most of the time. So
we love you guys.
I'm very appreciative. I'm very humbled about that. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. Dave, one last question. Was this the hard top 10 to come up with?
Not really. No,
mine wasn't either, really.
I'd say it wasn't too difficult.
Cool, Dr. Matt.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Absolutely. Come on back. We hope to entertain you in showing you one-of-a-kind collectibles, one-of-a-kind stories. Shadowhawk. Great guest. Great interviews like Dave.
Exactly.
We strive every day for good content. Sometimes it's hit. Sometimes we strike out. Sometimes it's foul ball. But on average, I think we do a pretty good job, Shadowhawk.
I think we do pretty well.
You don't do too bad between yourselves.
Well, we try. And Levi says, great show, guys. Thanks, Levi. Appreciate it. He was on with us yesterday. Go check that out. He showed some awesome comics.
Levi was showing us some cool stuff.
Absolutely.
He's working on some really nice stuff.
Thursday, I'm going to put the thumb screws to LZ. You will know what I know, what I found over how many years have we known each other? Let's see.
God, it's been a while.
Well, almost 40 years. 39 years this year I've known Elsa. So met him in college. Uh, there's few people I've known that long, that I'm still in contact with.
Yeah.
Friends.
By the way, Rex, before I disappear, I'll just let you know that Smallville comic that I told you about last week.
Yeah, what did it sell for?
£25.
Good for you.
Nice.
I hope that was a good price for that.
It wasn't too bad. It started off at £3, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I think you probably beat the average
Not
on that.
bad.
I didn't even know that one was. It must have had a first appearance of a character in there.
I don't know what it was. I just think it was a low print run or something. Maybe.
Could
well, we're live is all I do. So if I'm streaming, it's live.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help me with the algorithm.
No, it doesn't.
But we're killing it on the views for some reason. I don't know what it is, but let's keep it going. Let's keep this momentum going on the channel. I mean, in the last 28 days, we've had 15 new subscribers, Shadowhawk.
I know,
How about
dude.
them apples?
That's awesome.
After being stalled out for a while, we're in the slipstream.
By the way, Shadow, I was just going to say that Liverpool's about 30 miles away from me.
Oh, okay. Well, Dr. Mads,
so
right around the corner from you there, Dave.
So it's still in the kind of northwest of England,
Well, this guy's a collector from way back, mega collector. Look at that. That's just what you see. What you don't see is even more impressive.
That's right.
Of course, I have my large collection. Of stuff, which I couldn't fit it in all this.
You guys are like a couple of old dragons sitting there on their treasure trove.
Well, you are too, bro. You're no slacker. You got a good collection.
You can see nothing.
Yeah, right. And we rarely do. It's like pulling teeth with this guy. I'm really surprised Elsie didn't come in. I guess he was probably with the grandkids, and that's the most important thing.
Oh well, yeah. If he's got the grandkids over, dude, yeah, you can't.
I found out next Monday is Glenn Fleming's birthday. Glenn Fleming,
happy birthday, Glenn!
Early birthday.
Happy birthday,
sadly, Tuesday his grandfather passed away, or no, his father-in-law, and he's gonna have to go to a funeral the very next day on Tuesday. So we're sorry for your loss, Glenn.
Damn, Glenn. Well,
that's sad. I know he struggled with his health there toward the end. Mighty Geek says the Smallville adaptation has always been a low print run.
Yeah, that could be why.
Yeah. I actually got turned on. I didn't think about it. To another book, which I think would be a good one. Should I give it away?
Give it away.
Yeah, the last episode of New Titans, the New Titans, number 130, is it's a takeoff of the first George Perez cover. Don't think George Perez did this one, but it is. I'll show it to you. Let me just bring it up here. There you go. Apparently this was low print run, so yeah, I'm gonna have to get a copy of that just because it's a tribute cover. The New Titans, New Teen Titans number 1 iconic cover. I don't know if that's Cyborg or what. I don't know what that mechanical character is.
I'm not sure.
I think that's Cyborg, but
I think it's meant to be.
Tara's in there. If
that's
it is
Cyborg,
that's a very strange Cyborg. Dr. Light's even in there. It's got some villains in there. Because wasn't Tara kind of
You
a
got
villain?
Starfire all the way back there in the back.
Yeah, and then right next to her is a Dark Star. Troy is a Dark Star character. Dark Star
I don't know.
outfit.
Is it? Are you sure it's not Raven?
It could, yeah, I guess it could be Raven. Although it looks a little more like Troy to me, but it could be Raven.
I mean,
You know,
well, Teen Titans. I don't know. Yeah, at that point.
Look at that character that almost blends in with the background, right there next to Changeling, Beast Boy, right underneath. He's like a lava guy or something, black and red. Can you see?
Oh yeah, yeah. Right over his shoulder there.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I mean, it's got me intrigued, and it's got Ion, the Green Lantern, there. I don't know if that's a character down there by Cyborg in the barcode by his foot, but in the background, he's too small for me to see. But yeah, if this is low print, I'm on this issue like stink on a fish. Just saying. Should we go 4 more minutes just to make it a threefer? You know, 3
Yeah,
hours.
why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
What to talk about? We'll be on topic list tonight, drawing. I do have some whiteout to do on this one. This is one I did back in 2022 already on topic list. Just a character that the first and only time I drew him. And this is off a little bit, so it needs some whiteout. You know, some thinning of some lines, some straightening of some stuff. Other than that, I think that's probably a usable image, you know, at least for a sketchbook type thing or something. I always like those characters that show emotion. And you know, since we got new people in here, I guess we could, well, you know, do the thing. And since that was the old trailer and we're just killing time.
Whoops.
Don't step in that shadow hot. Launching February 3rd. Cut my comments. I can find you a link to it. Yeah. Gonna launch that bad boy. Launch it on Red Valkyrie's channel.
Yeah,
let me try and find that for you, Levi. That link.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a link I could copy yet. I could.
Well, surely I don't know if they've got it set up yet or not.
Well,
I can go to Jason Bascom's anyway and see.
You haven't got
of course, when What?
Sorry, I'm locked up over here.
Uh-oh.
You haven't gotten everything approved yet through FMC, so I don't know that there's going to be a viable link that we can drop yet. You know what I mean?
No, not yet. No, the sign up, I'm going to work on that. getting
Yeah,
sign
get
up
the
for
sign up
everybody.
going. We can drop that.
Yeah, I've actually worked on. I don't see that the topic list is set up at least on Jason. I think he's hosting, but now it might be Mr. Dragon Rage. Because he
Oh, is Jimmy
occasionally go.
hosting now too?
Because I was thinking Luke did it last week, but now let me check Luke's and see if he's got one set up for tonight.
Might be Jimmy.
Might be what?
It might be Jimmy.
Yeah, it might be Jimmy Reyes on his. I'm not sure. Let me check here. No, see, Luke hosted it 6 days ago. So yeah, it's and Jimmy doesn't always do it. He's trying to complete
Well,
Dragon Rage. He probably
probably
just hasn't
Jason.
set it up yet.
Yeah, it's probably Jason then.
Yeah. I look. I tell you what. I will drop you a link to Jason's channel. How about that? One of his broadcasts, and when he sets it up. Let's see. I'm on Death Metal Hero here. Let me back up. Get to Jason's channel. Which, if you're not subscribed to these guys, you probably need to be. Topic list is a lot of fun. In fact, the one I clicked on there was featuring a comment from me. So how cool is that? All right. So am I at his home? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Here's Jason's channel in the chat. See you, Dr. Mad. Thanks for dropping by. Got to head off and call it a night. Cheerio, folks. Stay safe and take care.
Keep collecting.
Absolutely. Already following. Okay. All right. Just wanted you to let you know where it was. Nice. I've had some drawing commissions, just catching up here. Done for myself over the years. My most recent of was the Martian fighting machine for Jeff Wayne's The War of the Worlds. That's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Right now I'm just trying to map things out for myself and plans for 2024. Can't stay. Wait a minute. Still can't believe I've been going to conventions now for 11 years. Wonder if he did during the pandemic.
I doubt it. Not many.
All right. So I guess Shadowhawk's going to work on his leftovers, and Texas Dave is going to go feed his cat.
I'm going to go to bed.
Feed Abby something and kind of rest my buttocks from sitting here. And kind of get ready for tonight.
Take a shower first.
Take a shower. Yeah. Relax. Yeah, you come in here grubby every day, and they talk about me smelling bad, which they did.
No.
What?
No.
I wasn't hating on you, bro. I'm actually just bringing it up because this man sacrifices for the show every day. He does not, I mean, you do, right? You come directly home from work and get on here, basically, every day.
That's dedication for you.
That's dedication. Yeah. Now,
my second job, man. That's what I mean.
I know. I was just thinking.
He was in the early even today, even though he said I might be 15, 20 minutes late. So he ran his errands and got here even earlier than usual, which we got started early. So we're ending our usual time that we end.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do those errands tomorrow, but it was raining like a biatch on my way home.
Oh, I know, man. It's been raining here yesterday. The wind's been sickening bad today. The wind was killer today. And Florida's getting it. Georgia's getting it.
Dude, I woke up this morning. There was like 2 inches of snow plus an inch of sleet mixed in on the ground.
I've not seen one snowflake yet.
Oh, it was horrible. I was surfing on my way to the highway. Once I hit the highway, it was all good.
Texas Dave, I think you've even seen snow already this year, haven't you?
No, not here. I think
okay.
that's more sort of down south at the minute.
I think on my plastic bin, as you would call it, my recycle bin, I saw some snowflakes that, but that's been like maybe a couple months ago. It's been a while.
Oh, right.
Where it turned cold there for just
we haven't had any snow. We've just had frost.
Snow, as opposed to fake snow, as opposed to
absolutely.
yellow snow, which you don't want to eat. Okay, we're out of here. Say goodbye.
Hello.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Shadow.
Take care. Thanks for listening to our
night, Dave.
Goodbye,
next week, buddy.
Or later tonight.
See you next time.